Where the fuck am I?
Thank you. Hi, everybody. Oh my. I decided last minute that I didn't want a VTube studio. I don't know why I suddenly got the fear of crashing. Hi, Mika. Hi, Duke. Hi, B. Hi, Leon. How is everybody? Good evening. It's your Casket Girl, Amontillado, Ghost Girl VTuber. It's so good to see you guys again. Paranormasight. Was that good? Was that good enough? There. This guy comes over here. This guy. Oh. This guy. This guy. Right there. Yeah! We started this yesterday. Found it delightful. And are going to keep playing it. And we're going to keep up as much momentum as we can. I don't want to forget any little details in between play sessions. So, yesterday cracked open. We have tonight a Brazilian pink guava cider. How's that sound? Yesterday we did the prologue with Shogo, where he learned about the curse stones and promptly died no matter what. We then went to one of our 3 protagonists, Teto Tsutsumi, the rugged old detective with the paranormal agency. And we went as far as we could with him, and now we're stuck with Haruo Shigema, the mother who lost her little son, or Yako Sakazaki, the teenage girl that we fucking obliterated when we met on Shogo's route. So, because it's happened sooner in the night, we're going to start with her and see how far it takes us. All we know is that her friend committed suicide, and I think her friend was the one that the other police officer who passed away was helping out. Because he was a police officer that worked with juveniles and troubled children, and she was one of his girls, and I think that's her. Mio. Ah, they're doing the little Ouija board thing. You know what? I don't want to drink this out of the can. I want to drink this out of a cup. I noticed like a little bit of debris on the lip of the can, and I was like, ugh. Oh, this is like exactly pea color. Oh, it's so crisp. That should be everything. Okay, let's start. Ready for this, Yako? I'm ready. Okay, I'm ready. High school student Yako Sakazaki. All right. Yako is a student in Class 2C at Komagata High School. Unable to comprehend why her childhood friend and classmate Michio Shiraishi committed... that was the one I think. That was, whatever. Who committed suicide. Well, yeah. That was being helped by that one cop. She attempted to investigate the incident herself. However, she was unable to make any progress and, feeling desperate, invited transfer student Mio Kurosuzu to join her in performing a spirit board ritual. Born and raised in Honjo, Sumida City, Yako's family has owned and operated the beloved candy shop Sonoya since its establishment in the early Showa era. Despite her modest appearance, Yako is a cheerful and vivacious young woman with a sense of duty and compassion so strong that she is easily moved to tears. Ahem. She is also a bit quick-tempered and quarrelsome, always prepared to stand up against those who harm her friends or family. It is possible, however, that this readiness to fight is more driven by an innate love of chaos. Yako's winning streak against arrogant boys and scraps since she was a child remains unbroken until tonight, and is the source of considerable stress for her mother. Spirited young gal. All right, back at it. Komagata, a co-educational municipal high school with 632 attendees. Its name is commonly shortened to Komahai. Although it opened in Honjo Middle School in 1943, subsequent revisions to its enrollment policy saw it change its name, becoming Komagata High School. 3 S's of Sumida: sound morals, social responsibility, and strength of spirit, but success has been limited. Plagued by delinquency, it has been one of the other kids who was helping was a delinquent. It has been forced to turn to temporary employees to compensate for its high staff turnover, and its sports club faced challenges with its inner-city location and small campus. Its traditional culture research club is thriving, however, even issuing regular bulletins in collaboration with a local records office. Okay. So that's to do with the teacher. Did we blow up? Did we blow up? did Stream crash? Hi, catch it for leave. Alright, let's start. This is the spirit board. This is how we'll be communicating. First, we'll both put a finger on the 10 yen coin that's on the board. Like this? Just like that. Relax your finger as much as you can. Now for the chant. Repeat what I say, okay? Oh, specter of the spirit board, please visit us. Your turn. Oh, specter of the spirit board. Specter of the spirit board, please visit us. Specter of the spirit board, specter of the spirit board, please visit us. Good. Please tell us if you are there. Luigi board. Oh my god, Luigi's here. Wow, it really moved. Let me hide my feet and then we'll also get more on screen. Put them dogs away. There we go. There we go. Looks like we succeeded in the summoning. We can ask questions now. Right, questions. Start with a question you know the answer to and see the response. Then, when you know your questions are being answered truthfully, you ask what you really want to know. Okay, I'll start with something simple. What is my name? I think it should know the answer to this. Oh, Spectre the Spirit Board, what is my name? Huh? What's the matter? How strange. No? Huh? It told me no. Ah, I bet it means it doesn't know. It may be the Spectre of the Spirit Board, but it doesn't know everything. Is this spirit really the real deal? Yes! It's fine. I feel like it's giving me attitude. What is this place? Oh, Spectre of the Spirit Board, where are we? High school. High school. High school. High school. That's right. The answers don't seem to be very precise. What is this girl's name? Fine. What is the name of the girl across from me? Oh, it knows Mio. It doesn't know me, but it knows Mio. Mio, that's right. That's not fair. It knows your name, Mio. It even used that weird character you used to spell your name. How flattering. Mio. Transferred to Class 2C at Komagata High School about 2 months ago. Although she is an extremely mild-mannered young woman, she exudes a somewhat off-putting dark aura, which makes it difficult for her to form friendships. Mio has, however, found a friend in her classmate Yako Sakazaki and has begun opening up to her little by little. The truth of the matter is that Mio is the apprentice of a famous psychic. Possessing exceptional spirit sense, she takes on the troublesome task of surreptitiously handling spiritual disturbances that break out in schools across Tokyo before they become a problem. Oh, so she's the one that works with the police. She transfers schools frequently as a result, and thus has trouble making human friends. Mio has already solved an accident at Komagata High School involving a female student possessed by a spirit. Although she takes effort to hide her spirit sense, many develop an impression that Mio has a deep knowledge of the occult and the paranormal upon first meeting her, leading her to be anxious that her secrets have been exposed. The most common comment she receives is that she seems to get along well with crows and black cats. I bet even the teachers get it wrong all the time. I guess these paranormal beings just tend to take a liking to you. Huh, I don't know how I should feel about that. Okay, what about my name? I'll ask it again. What is my name? Didn't even hesitate this time. Is it really you? Oh, Spectre of the Spirit Board, are you truly the Spectre of the Spirit Board? Huh? It said no. Is it lying? Not quite. The Spectre of the Spirit Board is just a temporary name we call them while using the board. We're actually calling a spirit with a strong tie to this place, or one of the people participating. In other words, the spirit just happened to be nearby, just felt like answering. They don't really think of themselves as a Spectre of the Spirit Board. Oh, really? Huh, feels like some of the mystique has disappeared. Do you mind if I still call you the Spectre of the Spirit Board? Yes! Yes. Okay. Thanks. Always good to remember to say please and thank you. Alright, it's time to try asking serious questions. Michio's cause of death. Okay, here I go. I'll be serious now. Yes, please. Oh, Spectre of the Spirit Board. Did Michio Shiraishi in our class, who died by committing suicide by jumping 1 week ago, really commit suicide? No! So it really wasn't. I'm not surprised. I never believed it from the start. Now's the important part. Yeah. Ah, there she is. Michio was a second year at Komagata High School. She was found deceased 1 week ago in a back alley off South Warigesui Street, her entire body broken and severely contorted. Police determined that Michio committed suicide by jumping from a nearby apartment building. As there is no suicide note, the police based their conclusion on interviews with Michio's peers. Michio was an honor student with good head on her shoulders and consistently excellent grades, making her a favorite among the teachers. Although she appeared somewhat reserved, she had a positive outlook on life and a courageous spirit. Michio and Yako formed a long-lasting friendship during childhood, with Yako's unbending, uncompromising attitude deeply influencing Michio. However, beneath her strong exterior, Michio had been pushing herself too hard and keeping her emotions bottled up to the point that they risked overflowing. Following her father's death 3 years ago and moving to a new house, Michio began avoiding Yako. Although the two remained in the same area of town and attended the same high school, they gradually grew further apart. Yako herself worried for her childhood friend, but incapable of wading into the complexities of Michio's home life, kept her distance. The days passed, and though Michio longed to confess everything to Yako, the moment to do so never came. Michio carried an old talisman, a memento of her father, with her at all times. What was her cause of death? A specter of the spirit board. Did Michio Shiraishi die in an accident? An accident? So it wasn't murder. It said yes. So it was an accident and not suicide. Michio. Then did she slip and fall from that apartment building? No. Huh, she didn't. What do you mean? Michio didn't die falling from the apartment building? No way. If that were true, then why was she lying on the ground like that in the back alley of the apartment building? It was an accident, but not a fall? Oh, Spectre of the Spirit Board, what happened to Michio on that day? Seems like it doesn't know the details. The accident was the ground got up and hit her really quickly. You know what? Actually, I do kind of want to open my model. I feel like not too much is moving on screen. Give me a second. I feel like I don't have enough moving on screen if I don't have my model up. Who the fuck is adding me? Fucking Vera. Custom Kakura icons. This fucking guy. Okay. Hi, guys. Hi. La la. Okay. Ain't that better? Alright, let's get a little spooky on. Oh, well, and I just moved them, too. My vision rate works like a T-Rex. If you ain't moving, I don't know you're streaming anymore. Well, I look over at my screen and it's like, if it's just a visual novel and I'm just reading with my own little sprite, then it feels kind of boring. Our little T-Rex Duke. Where is the Rite of Resurrection? Then how about, Spectre of the Spirit Board? We want to use the Rite of Resurrection to bring Michio back to life. And Mio's like, whoa, hey, we. Do you know where the Rite of Resurrection is? I wonder. Oh, shit. Oh, huh? Ah! What is this? Stop. I'm scared, Mio. Calm down. You can't let go before it's over. I can hear you. The possession. Please stop. Such deep sorrow. A resentful memory is flowing into my mind. Fool's procession. Those who hear it shall fall into the depths of hell. Kill them. Kill them. Those who hear this sound. Kill them all. You have acquired the power of the cursed stone, the Fool's procession. You can use it to kill those who hear the sound produced by the curse echo for more than 30 seconds. The effect will be negated if you are seen in that time. That sounds worse than the... That sounds worse than the foot washing one. Omio stood atop the tall festival tower. It was her time to shine, and she was ecstatic. It had been years since she joined the troupe, but she had yet to enjoy her day in the spotlight. She wasn't particularly pretty, nor was she all that talented. As a gossip and a loudmouth, she wasn't well liked by her peers. Some of the other girls thought of her as a teacher's pet and bullied her. I don't care about them, she thought. I'll use this chance to make something of myself. Everything was perfect. She wore a beautiful kimono and an okame mask over her face. The stage was set. The accompaniment began. She danced with everything she had. Applause rained down upon her from the crowd. Her breathing hastened with excitement. I've got to catch my breath. That's strange. I can't take my mask off. The smell of glue assaulted her nostrils. So that's how it is. I knew it was too good to be true. Her screams were drowned out by the music as she squirmed and struggled. Omio is giving it her all today. We have to keep up. The crowd livened even more. No, please, someone help me. She fell from the tower, writhing in pain as she begged those around her for help. The music stopped in time with Omio's heart. That's a fucked up one. That one's fucked up. Some of the other ones were kind of lame. That one was good. A murderous impulse seeps into my soul like thick black tar. Now. Kill. Can you hear it, curse bearer? You who so strongly desires the right? Kill them. Oh, hi, Tank. How are you? Thank you for the posture check and hydrate. Oh, okay. Those are what the voices tell me when I'm at the DMV. You who hear numbers called 1 week ago. So this is before Michio died. Oh, here we are. Hey, did you hear? Someone from our school. Okay, this is the day that she died. Committed suicide. What? Really? Who? I heard that Michio from Class C, right? No way, Michio? She's been acting pretty strange lately, but I still can't believe it. They don't know nothing about Michio. It's a disgrace. Did you know? I heard Michio's mom remarried last year. They say her new stepdad's a total jerk. Really? How so? Like, he'd peek on her while she changes and couldn't keep his hands off her. Ew. I even heard he's an ex-con. If she resists him, he gets violent. That's so scary. No way, I couldn't take that. I'd probably think about killing myself too if I had to deal with someone like that at home. Oh my god. You can't just say that. What terrible gossip. Did you hear about Michio in Class C? Yeah, she seemed like the stereotypical honor student in her first year, but she stopped showing up to class and her grades started dropping after her 3rd semester. So she offed herself because her grades were bad? No fair. Whoa! Just thinking about practice texts make me want to die too. All anyone cares about is a test score and grades. You hear about suicides on the news, but for it to happen here, it's a little scary. By the way, isn't there a girl who transferred into Class C recently? Oh, I heard about her. She's gloomy, doesn't stand out much. Did you know that the school she was at before she transferred also had a suicide? What? For real? That seems like kind of fishy. Yeah, like what? Dude, look at this cock. There might be some of you who already know, but a member of our class, Michio Shiraishi, passed away last night. Okay, calm down. I know this comes as a surprise, but please keep it quiet. The cause of death is still under investigation, and there's nothing we know for certain at the moment. Detailed investigation reports will come from the police, so please don't go spreading any rumors, got it? Look at him! He looks like a beetle. We're sending everyone home for today. No dilly-dallying on your way. School will be off tomorrow as well. She died from a drive-by. Anyway, blood for life. Blood's for life. Oh my god. Hey, you, stop celebrating. Show some respect. There will be a memorial service scheduled next week at the school assembly. If anyone wishes to pay their respects individually. Fuck yeah, no school. Yako. Sorry, she's really cute. Sorry to bug you. It's just, you seem a little different from your usual self. I hope I'm not being a nosy... Thanks, Mio. Was I acting that strangely? Yeah, enough to make me worry. If you want to talk, I'm happy to listen. Yeah, this is perfect timing. It's actually something I want to ask you. Yeah? About Michio. I wonder why she had to die. She didn't leave a note or anything, but they announced that it was a suicide. Yeah, a person fucking died. Real? That can't be right. She would never kill herself. Michio was so happy and always looked on the bright side of things. She loved coming to school. I know she was going through some hard times, but for her to kill herself? I never got a chance to speak with her. She was often absent from school, and when she did come in, she looked depressed. You're right. That's why everyone was so willing to accept that she committed suicide. They acted like they cared, but all they did was gossip about it. They put together little pieces of information and spread rumors like it's the truth. Isn't that terrible? Yes, it is. I've heard some that are really awful. In the end, the only reason they're able to say stuff like that is because they aren't personally involved. It's true that she didn't get along with her new stepdad and that her grades went down. But to say things like, how sad, no wonder she killed herself, how dare they? I like Yako. She's got a fire in her. She always told me she was okay whenever I talked with her because I was worried. She would have told me if there was something bothering her so badly she'd kill herself over it. Uh-huh. I won't let Michio's death be written off like this. Like, maybe she got caught up in something bad. Something bad. People have been talking about that body found in former Yasuda Gardens, right? Some are saying that this town is cursed or something. Yes, there has been a strange feeling around things recently. Hey, Mio. You know about the rite of resurrection, right? Yeah, it's a thing Mr. Araishi apparently discovered and wrote an article about. I doubt there's many people who don't know. He's always talking about it. Do you believe it's real? Huh? Well, it sounds a little too good to be true to me. But on the off chance that it really works, test? Test what? We could bring Michio back to life with it. I want to find it if there's even the slightest chance of bringing Michio back. But how will you look for it? Right, that's the thing. You know that spirit board thing that everyone's been doing? Where you summon a spirit and ask it whatever you want? Yeah, I know it. I want to try it out. There's something I want to know. Why are you telling me this? I mean, you seem like the type to know about this stuff. Oh, I do? Yeah, you look like you're really into that occult stuff. You know, you got that kind of gloomy look and also a little pentagram star in your hair. Huh, I don't know how I should feel about that. But you do know how to do it, right? Well, yes. I think I probably know a little more than most. She's being so coy about it. Okay, please help me. You're my only hope. The thing you want to ask, is it? Yeah, I want to know about the truth behind Michio's death, and where the rite of resurrection is hidden. I see. I don't know if getting the answers to those questions will be as easy as you hope. Please, the teachers and the police aren't any help, and there's only so much I can do alone. If there's even the slightest chance, then... Well... Okay, if that would make you feel better, then I'll help. Oh, she's so cute! Oh, thank you, Mio! Okay, then tomorrow after dark. And now I'm freaking cursed. Michio Shiraishi, body discovered a week ago, died from full-body blunt force trauma in an alley off Southward Gasui Street, believed to have fallen from the roof of a nearby apartment complex. The deceased parents have recently remarried, and rumors among the students suggest physical abuse by her stepfather may constitute motive for suicide. All right. Into the night. We never saw Mio, so maybe she got out. Buildings don't kill people. I would have expected it to be murder, like she was pushed or something. But it said accident. Accident means an accident, not murder. You know? Like, even if it was a curse, that'd be murder, right? That wouldn't be an accident. A curse kill, like being killed by another curse bearer, wouldn't be an accident. An accident would be an accident. Are you awake, Yako? Yeah, what happened? You can't remember? Let's see. We used the spirit board and... Is this a rooftop worker? No. It's because OSHA is no longer in place. As far as I can tell, you aren't experiencing any negative effects. I think it was just a mild shock from how sudden it was. Oh, was everything okay with the spirit? Yep, it was almost bad, but I got it to leave. More importantly, what is that thing you have in your hand? Huh? In my hand? Whoa, what the heck is this? It looks so freaky. When did I get this? The Fua's procession. Oh, there's so much anger and hatred held within it. It looks a little like tools that were used for ancient curses. What? That's so scary. She slipped because she was wearing... Yeah! Humans evolved to naturally have, balance in their toes and stuff. She's disrespecting God by wearing shoes. Yako, you said you heard a strange voice, right? Can you tell me what you heard? Anything you can recall. I think it might be connected to that object. Let's see. I felt like I was at the bottom of a dark place, and this voice felt like it was echoing in my mind. After that, it just kept shouting, "Kill them!" I see. Thank you. Yako. Looks like a symbol for something? What? Yeah, the occult. I think you may have exactly what you need in order to use the rite of resurrection. A curse with the power to take people's lives and turn them into soul dregs. What? You mean this is a real curse? I know I said I wanted to use the rite of resurrection to bring back Michio, but why? Why me? It makes no sense. Yako, please calm down and listen. Okay. Yeah. Sorry about panicking. No, it's okay. Fear is something we feel in the face of the unknown. Long ago, people would give names to phenomena they couldn't understand in order to live with them. However, modern-day developments in science and culture have pushed for the rejection of things that can't be measured. And so, the paranormal has been treated like it doesn't exist. But they've been around since long ago. A long, long time ago. Ugh! If you just understand, you can see that there's nothing to be afraid of. First, calming down is the most important. Accept reality for what it is. Yeah, I have a curse stone now. I only really gave this stuff a shot because it was popular, but you really do have a connection with this stuff, don't you? Well, I suppose to an extent. Hey, Mio, what do I do? Where do I start? Am I cursed? Am I going to die? It's okay, I'll take care of the curse. That's why I'm here in the first place. What? Trust me. I'll take care of things. It'll be all right. Thanks. I was the one who dragged you along to do the spirit board. It's fine. You're desperate to find a way and try and help your friend. But spirit boards are dangerous. You have to take them seriously. I thought I took it pretty seriously. So I'm glad you invited me. All right, let's review everything we've learned so far and think of how to move forward. Okay. We've got a good friend. About the curse. What is this curse? Am I cursed? Well, I've only looked into it a little, but I wouldn't quite say you're cursed. It's more like you've gained the ability to use the power of a curse. So there shouldn't be any kind of negative paranormal effect on you. The power to use a curse. Do you mean this curse stone? Yes, if the curse stone is used under certain conditions, a curse will be placed on someone, taking their life and turning it into soul dregs. Soul dregs are said to be required to enact the rite of resurrection. Normally, a curse is a spell that would only be usable by onmyoji of considerable talent. I believe that curse stone makes it so that even normal people can use them. So, someone like me with no knowledge could curse someone? Yes, but it's still nothing to take lightly. You could end up having it redirected right at you. Tell you the truth, something unusual did happen while we were using the spirit board. It happened right around midnight, I think. This whole area seems to be under the effect of the Feast of Shadows. Ooh, that's new. The Feast of Shadows. Yes, it's a type of spell that temporarily boosts the potency of the supernatural. It also has the effect of making the powers of certain curse echoes manifest more easily. Judging by its strength, I'd say it probably covers about 3 to 4 kilometer radius. 3 to 4 kilometers? That's big enough to cover all of Sumida City. Yes, I think this Feast of Shadows was used to cause the resentment lingering in the area to manifest as curse stones. Someone did this. But who? It's the president of the soap company! 3 to 4 kilometers is big. Radius. But it's likely that it was done by someone who wants to uncover the rite of resurrection. This isn't something to happen naturally. I see. La la la. Yep. Let's keep going. A curse stone's powers can only be used in this area under the influence of the Feast of Shadows. The effects also only appear after the sun is set. By setting a limit on when they can be used, the curses are strengthened. So the curses can't be used outside this area or during the day. Correct. But speaking of limits, to actually use a curse to kill someone, it seems there are conditions that need to be met. Conditions? You mean like how my curse echo needs someone to listen to the sound it makes for 30 seconds? To be honest, I don't really understand it. Like, how do I even summon the curse echo or make the sound? Do I just, like, will it? Do you mind if I try? Stop! You shouldn't be using curses willy-nilly. Even if there are conditions that have to be met, the power to kill someone without leaving behind evidence is dangerous enough. In that sense, maybe you really have been cursed. I'm sorry that you got wrapped up in this situation, even though I'm here with you. Alright, still on the curse. That curse stone. I think whoever holds it becomes a curse bearer. It would probably be best for me to hold on to it, but then I'd feel bad about forcing it on you. No, I sense a powerful force rejecting me. I don't think I'd be able to take it. Really? Why? If we tried separating it from you, the curse may trigger. That's how bad I sense it wants to stay with you. No way. That curse stone might look like nothing more than an old Netscape carving, but I can sense a powerful, resentful energy from it. I don't think it's a good idea for me to even touch it. It may seem like I know what I'm doing, but I don't know how to handle something this powerful. Really? This little thing? If you threw it away and someone with bad ideas picked it up, it could be bad. I think it would be safer to avoid the risk of getting anyone else involved and have you hold on to it for now. Well, now I'm kind of freaked out. Anyways, we need to make it to daybreak. I think the curse should weaken once it's morning. I'll help you find a way to deal with it then. Okay. So there are 2 things you should remember. First, do not fulfill the conditions while it's night. Second, should you happen to fulfill the conditions, don't use the curse. Right. The mysterious voice of the curse stone is called the Fool's Procession, right? Yeah, that's from the 7 Mysteries of Hanjo, right? Our school is said to be connected with a story with the same name, one of the mysteries. Right, I don't think it's a coincidence. This is just a guess, but it's possible that you were chosen because it could fuel your desire for the rite of resurrection. If this is a curse of the 7 Mysteries of Hanjo, it is possible that there are others who received curses associated with the other mysteries. Yeah, that voice said that there are others curse bearers or whatever you call them. Not only that, apparently you can get a lot of soul dregs by killing a curse bearer. Right, that's certainly not good. Even if we have no intention of killing others with the curse, there's a chance you may be targeted if other curse bearers find us. Eep! We'll have to avoid anyone who has another of the curses. That means we should avoid people at night as much as possible. Alright. But Mio, yes? If this curse is real, that means I could bring back Michio if I used it, right? The rite of resurrection would be real too. Yeah, that's true. But you can't do that, Yako. But it feels like it's not the time to worry about that kind of stuff. If Michio died in an accident, then I'm sure she didn't want to die. What's the issue with putting a little curse on a complete stranger? I sort of feel like it wouldn't be a big deal. What's going on with you? You're not acting like yourself, Yako. You would never even consider taking the life of another person. Is it the curse's influence on you? Maybe the curse echo's grudge is rubbing off on you? Will you show me it for a second? Hi, Dank. What's up? Is there something inside it? No, stop! Yako? Oh, I'm sorry. But it's like I just suddenly really didn't want you to touch it. I understand. I'm sorry. But you need to give up on the rite of resurrection. What? Because that's the real curse. Using resurrection as a lure, it tempts curse bearers into using their curses. You have to resist it. Don't let yourself be deceived by some curse. But Michio could... I think for tonight, we should get you home to rest. I'll walk you. The curse's influence should subside in the morning. Okay. Mio is a good girl, and she is a good friend, and Yako should be very grateful for her. I'm sorry, but I'm telling you that you need to give up on the right. It's beyond us. Even a single curse stone alone is too much to handle. Bringing back the dead isn't something so simple. I know how much it hurts, but please focus on just worrying about surviving tonight. Even now, we're in great danger. Okay, let's get going then, shall we? We'll take the same route we took to get here. Right. We'll be fine, right? There's no one else at school, is there? I think so. The night shift janitor shouldn't be patrolling this late at night either. Uh-oh. It's that bullshit teacher. Mio, are you okay? Oh, Mio's gone. Mio? Hello, Mio? She's not here. What's happening? Where are you? Haha, Mio. Mio. God, you fucking asshole. Just get the scare out of the way. God damn it. Oh no, oh no, oh no. What was that? Get me out of here, Mio, Mio. Mio, where are you? Yako, I'm here. Over here, can you see me? Huh? Where? I can't see anything. Not that way, Yako. Behind you. I'm behind you. Turn around this way. It's pitch black and I have no idea which way I'm facing. Oh, Mio! There you are, Mio. This way, over here. Be careful. Your field of vision is being limited. Right. You're not gonna give me twice, bitch. Give me once. The teacher's trying to kill his own students, that asshole. Inside. Oh, we can't even get out of the damn high school. Hey, Mio. What was that just now? Could it be another curse echo different from mine? I think so, yes. We may have been discovered by another curse bearer. Oh. What's wrong? Shh. Someone's there in that classroom. What? Ugh. Something moved inside. Well. Let's check it out. It might be the curse bearer who used that curse echo just now. If we can see who it is, it might help us decide what to do later. That's true. Okay, be careful. I am so careful. Well, can you see anything? Try and look around. Huh? Is that our homeroom teacher, Mr. Janochi? And the person with him is Hitomi from Class A? What? Oh my, what is going on here? Ah, that bastard. He's at it again. I have to kill him? No, we're gonna be good. I won't let him get away with this. What? The curse. I could kill him with it. No, Yako, you can't use the curse stone. You're gonna ruin our stealth. What's gotten into you? Resist it. Who's there? Is someone there? This is bad. We have to go before they see us. I'm resisting. Yeah. Kohei is an English teacher and the homeroom teacher for Class 2C at Komagata High School. He was seen alone with Hitomi Okuda in the classroom late at night by Yako and Mio. Kohei was an honor student, top of his class back in his high school days. The apple of his parents' eye, he was placed under immense pressure to attend a first-rate university. The family's plans came to naught, however, when the pressure caused Kohei to sink into a deep depression and fail his entrance into exam. Even at the university he was able to enter, Kohei struggled to keep up with his classes, leaving him a vain but wounded young man. Kohei never aspired to be a teacher, but figured it was the least he could do with his talents. He considers his students to be beneath him and largely looks down on them all. Oh, wonderful. Hitomi, she's cute. Hitomi is a rebellious student in class 2A. Oh, is she the delinquent? No. That's somebody else, I think. On the rare occasion when she does show up to school, she skips all her classes and spends time hanging out on the rooftop with her fellow troublemakers. Hitomi is regarded by the teachers as one of the worst offenders among the delinquent students attending Komagata High School. Hitomi was a fairly ordinary student when she started high school. However, trouble at home in her first year had her take a turn for the worst. She began associating with a group of delinquents from other schools with whom she'd wander around town at night to avoid returning home. Warnings from teachers about dress code and conduct violations have fallen on deaf ears, with Hitomi going on reactionary rampages around school with her friends, breaking windows and disrupting classes. Recently, some teachers have taken to using harsher measures and even corporal punishment to correct Hitomi's behavior, but this has only served to exacerbate the animosity between Hitomi and the school. Hitomi is widely regarded as the leader of the troublemakers at Komagata High School, but the title doesn't mean much to her. So she was the one that was getting helped out by that cop before he died. And he was finally making progress with her. It seems like they're not coming after us. Let's hope they didn't see our faces. But Yako, what came over you all of a sudden? Sorry, thanks for stopping me. It's like this uncontrollable rage suddenly welled up inside me. I wonder what's gotten into me. I can barely even remember what happened. I'm really sorry. I do think it's partly the curse's influence on you, but we certainly saw something shocking. My heart's still pounding. I'm a little surprised you know Hitomi from Class A. She tends to stand out a lot. Gotcha. Well, she certainly does dress like a delinquent, although she barely shows up to school. But could Mr. Jinochi or Hitomi really be a curse bearer? Oh my god. Fucking... I don't know, but we should be careful just in case. Yako? When I give the signal, run. Go straight for the entrance. Don't look back, no matter what. Huh? Why? Did something happen? Something happened, didn't it? What about you, Mio? I'll be fine. We'll meet up outside the school gates. If I'm not there in 10 minutes, go straight home, okay? Okay, go. Right. Don't look back. Don't look back. Yeah, Mio's okay, right? She's a strong psychic. And this is where she meets up with Shogo. And he kills her. I have to get outside. Let's see, to get to the gates, I go by the gym and... Huh? What are you doing, miss? Eek! Oh, it's janitor. You shouldn't be here this late. Don't you know what time it is? Oh, Mr. Ashimiya. Oh, is that a teacher? He looks a little ragged. Well, if it isn't little Yako. Anyway, students aren't supposed to be outside playing around at night. Oh, he is a janitor. Makoto Ashimiya. Let's see. He is the janitor at Komagata High School. His predecessor was nearing retirement, so he began working as his replacement about 6 months ago. Makoto is popular among the students for his friendly and caring nature, going so far as to remember the names and faces of all those attending the school. He's affectionately known as Old Man Ashimiya. Although he appears to be a simple, amiable man, Makoto's occasional shrewd remarks have led to speculation among students that he may have led a far more interesting life than it seems. Whatever the truth may be, he will be remembered as one of the 7 mysteries of Komagata High School for some time to come. I know you're rough around the edges, but I didn't take you for one to act out like this. Let's just apologize. Sorry, I forgot something back in the classroom. No sass today, huh? Realized you were in the wrong, did you? Yes. Got something in your classroom, huh? You're a piece of work. But you don't have nothing with you. Oh. Wait, you do. What's that in your hand? Huh? Well, this is what I forgot. I, got it from my grandpa. It's really important to me. Girls these days sure have weird tastes. Well, okay. Better head straight home if you're done. I won't tell on you. No, wait. I can't let you walk home alone this late. All right, just wait a little. I'll hurry and lock things up. But... Hen! I'm worried about Mio. Actually, a friend of mine is still inside. I think they'll be here soon. That's so. Who's your friend? My classmate, Mio Kurisuzu. Oh, that transfer student. Breaking school rules already, huh? Didn't take her for the type. No, I was the one who dragged her here. Oh, whatever. I'll go take a look. It'll be safer if we go home together. Oh, right. She's in the first floor hallways. Be careful, though. You don't know what may be there. What's that supposed to mean? First floor, yeah? I'll be right back. He's dead! We killed him! I bet the other option, once we unlock it, is like ways to convince him not to go in there. Ain't no one coming out. She's late. I've been waiting for 20 or 30 minutes, but there's no sign of her. I'm starting to get worried. I'm going to take a look. Not a smart girl, Yako. Just go home. Mio, are you there? You're so good at getting people killed. Yeah, what can I say? It's what they teach you day one of ghost school. Mio. Huh? No! Mio, what happened? We have to not look at it. Where did I go wrong this time? Oh, it's my fault. It's all my fault. I left her alone with the curse bearer. Mio. I'm sorry. The truth is... Womp womp. Yako Sakazaki, deceased. Alright, what sass do you got for me this time? My Amati, you seem to have arrived at a less unfavorable result. But this was bound to happen. There is someone who must not be trusted. Once you have an idea of who it is, be sure to come back. I'm sure you'll see what you need to do differently. It is a difficult judgment for Yako Sakazaki to make, you see. This chapter will remain incomplete for now. I recommend you try another route. Until next time. Alright, so I bet we probably weren't supposed to leave her with the janitor. Alright, up to Haruo Shigima, which means that we gotta go through a lot of reading and exposition again, okay? When the son of Haruo Shigima was kidnapped, a botched investigation by the police resulted in the child's murder. 1 year later, Haruo has hired a private investigator to help resolve the unsettled case. Late at night, while speaking to the detective at her home, something strange suddenly appears. Alright, exposition time. Whoa! May those who mock the fires perish in flame. Kill them, the flame bearers. Kill them all. What the hell? You have acquired the power of the curse stone, the haunting clappers. You can use it to kill those with fire or a fire starting device on their person. That is so bullshit. Because that doesn't do anything. Red, red, red. Everything is dyed crimson. My home is burning to the ground. It's so hot. Hot, hot. I must call for help, but I cannot speak. My throat must be burned up from the smoke. No, I think I'm already on fire. That's right. I'll just use the clappers. Clack, clack. Is anyone there? Clack, clack. Why is no one coming? I'm going to burn to death. How did it come to this? Oh, right. Her. It must be the work of that vixen who appeared suddenly and enchanted my lord. That witch. Those hauntingly cold eyes had my lord dancing in the palm of her hand. Perhaps I was also taken in by her. How many innocent people did I lure in under her orders? This must be karma. The sound of a heavy bell. It feels like my head will split open. Ah, right, the evening bell. That must be why nobody can hear the sound of my clappers. I've got to do it louder. Clack, clack. Murderous impulse seeps into my soul like thick black tar. Kill them. Now. Kill. Can you hear it, curse bearer? You who strongly desires the right. Kill them. Man, she got the worst one. Like that, the Yako is immune to her. She's not gonna have a match on her. Back with me, ma'am? Can't say I understand what just happened, but it certainly seems to have put you in a good mood. This might be the first time I've ever seen you really smile. Sweet dreams? Oh, let's go get it. No. I mean, kinda. Smoker's worst nightmare. Yeah, but how many people? I guess it's just so specific. Her 11-year-old son, Shuichi, was kidnapped and murdered about a year ago. The death was a result of a mistake on the part of a detective assigned to the case, a mistake which enraged the kidnapper and had him cut off all contact with the police, leaving no room for negotiation. The incident was covered up, and Shuichi's killer remains at large, leading to the aggrieved Haraway to call upon the services of private investigator Richter Kai to uncover the truth. The Shigema family came from a line of samurai who built their residence in Honjo during the Edo period. They assumed important positions in the police force following the Meiji Revolution, thereby protecting their family's elevated status. Even today, many in the Shigema line work as police bureaucrats and senior police officers. Haraway's father sits in the upper echelons of the National Police Agency, and her husband, adopted into the Shigema clan through an arranged marriage, is also a highly respected agency official. However, as her family prioritizes work above else, it wasn't long before Haraway's marriage grew cold. Though she once were nothing, she's isolated from her neighbors and withdrawn from society. Seeing her son grow into a young man gave Haraway a purpose in life, but it was cut short by the kidnapping incident. Following the incident, Haraway spent many days in a deep depression, breaking into sudden fits of shouting and wandering around in the middle of the night. Her cheerful, loving disposition faded away, and she took to making snide remarks at her husband, which only further soured their relationship. A few months ago, Haraway's husband was transferred to another area for work and now rarely returns home, with Haraway left to live in the large, empty mansion alone. As a housekeeper who has been with the family for a long time comes in to take care of all the housework, Haraway has nothing but time on her hands. Not dreams. Sounds like something I might want to hear about. Let's do a little bit of thinking. My heart's still racing. This is it, my chance at long last. Let me bring you up to speed. We were in the middle of a chat when you suddenly started spacing out, and the whole time you're grinning to yourself like you just won the lottery. Care to tell me what that was all about? Well, where to start? Interesting. Very interesting. That's right. So it's all real. Honestly, I still find it hard to believe. But I guess I have to now. I saw that curse stone appear in your hand myself. It looked like it popped clean out of thin air. With evidence that clear, there's no denying that there's some supernatural force at work. All right. An arrangement of flowers. We bring in someone to do it. I don't even know what the flowers are called. An old hanging scroll. I don't know who painted it. It's been hanging here since before I was born. A stereo unit with separated speakers designed for home use. My husband insisted on buying one, even though he doesn't want to listen to music often. Fax machine. It can send images so... Yep. A swinging pendulum. TV. Yeah. Okay. No one uses the TV. Yep. Alright, looks good. Alright, and how about you, sexy? He is kind of good looking, right? A private investigator I hired. A friend told me about him. They said he's not very well known, but he's good at what he does. When I first visited his office in Oda City and saw how he was dressed, I could hardly believe he was a detective. But after talking to him for a while, I changed my mind. He says some strange things at times, but he seems like the reliable sort. Alright, Rika, the eccentric man that Sugar Oki ran into at Honoji Bridge. Once a police officer, Richter was racked with guilt over the police's inability to help those in need and quit the force to start his own private investigation firm. However, his soft-hearted nature leads him to take on too many cases and has put his office in dire financial straits. How he is still in business is a mystery, with some whispering that a wealthy patron is keeping him afloat. Richter studied alongside Detective June Ario at the police academy. Somewhat surprisingly, given his outlandish clothing and mannerisms, Richter excels at covert investigations and tailing his targets. He proudly refers to himself as an investigator extraordinaire, though that only ever succeeds at impressing himself. Richter's biggest source of happiness is nuzzling his pet female albino parakeet, Ernestine, which he keeps in his office. He also enjoys collecting mockingbird stickers, a popular line of merchandise featuring birds inexplicably dressed like delinquents, and can be frequently sighted searching around town for them. While out and about, Rick typically leaves the office, and more importantly, Ernestine, in the care of Emma Moria, a junior high schooler who volunteered to assist Richter after being involved in a previous case. Do we have Amamori? Nope. Oh, Lord. Azure Heron Agency. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. Uh-huh, 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 uh-huh. Okay. All right, what's up, big boy? I don't think you quite understand. Oh? This isn't about evidence, and it isn't about belief. It's more than that. I know it's real. The moment the curse appeared, I knew everything before it even said a word. It was already there in my head, as clear as day. You just knew, huh? It was etched onto my soul, along with the curse echoes resentful memories. So I can feel it, what it was like. Dying like they did hundreds of years ago. Wreathed in flame, writhing in pain as my flesh blackens and my blood boils. I can feel it. All the agony, all the rage. It fills me with bloodlust. I think I need to kill someone. Anyone will do, just as long as they're carrying fire. I see. That could be a problem. You think so? From what I know of you, I was sure you'd see it as an opportunity. The stronger the desire to resurrect someone, the stronger the urge to kill. That's how it seems to me, anyway. Good grief, talk about a spanner in the works. I say we take stock for a moment, remind ourselves where we've come and see where we're going. That might be a good idea. Alright, do we have to go through everything again? That's what you hired me for, ma'am. To look into your son's kidnapping last year. To uncover the truth behind the abduction and murder of Shuichi Shigema. Oh yes, I remember. They never did find the one who did it. That's what I'm here about today, in fact. Kind of you to let me drop by so late, by the way. I've been turning over every last stone, and I've come up with a grand total of 1 lead. So you said. As far as the police are concerned, it's a cold case, but I've managed to make some headway. I remember. You were just about to tell me. All right. With a ransom being demanded that same evening. Initially, the kidnapping was thought of as a simple extortion scheme, but when it came to light that the Shigema family was closely tied to the police and Shuichi was in fact the grandson of a senior official, it was quickly assumed that the perpetrator was acting upon a grudge against the police force. The kidnapping was treated as a direct attack against the good name of the police, and a large-scale investigation was launched that used the best equipment available to trace phone calls. This made it all the more embarrassing when they were unable to catch the culprit, losing the public's confidence. The culprit grew cocky, relentlessly mocking the police force. After 3 days of failure after failure, Haruo reached a breaking point. Spurred by concern for her son, she resolved to hand over the ransom money as fast as possible, but her husband and father, who held the prestige of the police in high regard, refused, saying that they would not let the criminal win by giving in to their demands. The increasingly frantic detective assigned to the case lost his temper when the criminal called to give an ultimatum, causing the culprit to never make contact again. Another week passed, and Shuichi's body was found floating in the Sumida River. Shuichi's death could be largely ascribed to the police's incompetence. But this was ultimately covered up with stringent media embargoes. The investigation was never closed, but the case has long gone cold. I get her. I get her completely. I have said for like years I could never have children just because if I had a kid and something happened, I already like have pets. And if something happens to like a dog of mine, it drives me crazy. If I had a child and like loved that child so much and then something bad happened to them, I'd be gone. I'd be insane is like a complete understatement. So her going on this warpath afterwards when she was ready to do the right thing, yeah, it's kind of based. I mean, I completely understand where she's coming from. I just know it would destroy me. It would destroy me. Shuichi was a conscientious, brave young boy who was determined to protect his mother Haraway amid his father's frequent absences. He dreamed of becoming a police officer and displayed diligence and an impressive sense of responsibility from a young age, likely due to being raised in an extremely strict environment. Born in the early 70s, he spent his days immersed in various activities and studies, including playing piano, learning the abacus, taking English lessons, and training in kendo. Shuichi's tendency to put other people's needs over his own meant he died without ever telling his classmates how much he longed for them to all go out on a hunt for mockingbird stickers. Aww. What the hell? Alright. You know, we still need to go figure out exactly what you want me to do. Tell you what, why don't I tell you what I found, and then we can make a decision. Alright. Okay. I suppose there's not much point going over the kidnapping itself. No, I'm very familiar. Then I'll leave that for the files to cover and just confirm a few things about the case. The police traced the culprit's calls back to, let's see here, northern Oyoka River, here in the Sumida city. That's quite a wide area. That's right. In the end, they never managed to nail down exactly where the calls were coming from. But it was almost certainly the same location that Shuichi was being held captive, since Shuichi's voice could be heard during the killer's calls. Northern Oyoka River is quite a distance from Shuichi's normal school commute. Factoring in that he was seen at school but went missing before he arrived at his house, it's likely that he was abducted by car on his route home. Maybe, but exactly. Shuichi was a clever boy. He never would have gotten into a car with a stranger. That's right. I was very firm about that. I know he understood, too. I even saw him warning the other children. It's possible that they forced him into the car. The only issue there is there weren't any witnesses to the kidnapping. You can't bundle someone into a car with that many students around and not be noticed, but nobody came forward to say they saw anything suspicious. So, did they target him at some other time or somewhere away from his usual route? Both of those seem a little far-fetched. Which raises the question, how did the kidnapper pull it off? It was somebody he knew! In the end, the police decided that the kidnapper must have just gotten lucky. Well, why not turn the problem on its head? The kidnapper managed to convince Shuichi to get into their car, but how? The only thing that makes sense to me is if there was someone that he would have a reason to trust. A teacher, perhaps, or a relative, or somebody else that he knew. But all of the adults Shuichi knew had alibis. The police checked them all thoroughly. They did, huh? No one throws numbers at a problem like the cops. But what if that wasn't someone he knew? Or rather, what if the culprit disguised themselves as a police officer? That would explain why he didn't find them suspicious. The Shigema family had close ties with the police, after all. He would have had reason to trust them. You might be right. But surely that couldn't have... Well, there's a problem with the theory. You'd be surprised how much police officers stand out. That's sort of the point, after all. They're meant to be visible deterrent against crime. But here's another interesting little bit of trivia I happen to know. When you ask people to imagine someone suspicious, nobody pictures women or children. Even kids who have been warned about stranger danger often subconsciously expect that danger to look like an adult man. Besides, Shuichi was the sort of boy who wanted to be a police officer when he grew up. He must have had a very strong sense of right and wrong. That's right. Wait, surely you can't mean... Now you're getting it. If, say, a young woman approached Shuichi asking for help, what would he have done? If someone like that said they were lost and asked him for directions, would he have gotten into the car? He might have. My husband always told him that a man had a duty to watch out for women and children. You could certainly argue that kind of attitude is outdated nowadays. But if Shuichi believed it, then we might have something here. Then you think the culprit was a young woman. But it was a man's voice on the phone. She might have been an accomplice, or maybe she didn't even realize she was being used. If anything, that would explain why she hasn't come forward. She herself might not realize she had anything to do with the case. I have an idea. Headbutt the... We gotta find them first. Steps leading up. So the question is, did anyone see Shuichi speaking with a young woman on the day of his disappearance? See what I said about people's biases? That goes for witnesses too. And I figured that maybe if I started asking new questions, I might get some new answers. So I spent my day asking around Shuichi's school route, seeing if anyone had seen something. And one man thought he had. Do you mean he saw it happen? Well, I can't say for sure yet. Turned out he wanted something from me, so he asked if we could talk in private. Sniff out the culprit using a bloodhound and handkerchief. What do you mean and handkerchief? Alright, so maybe it's gonna be the janitor. I don't know. There's no one around. We can speak in confidence. Excuse me, what was your name again? Oh, this guy. Jinochi. Well, got it. Well, Jinochi, I'm all ears. Just so we're on the same page. You're a private detective investigating Shuichi Shigemu's kidnapping. Do I have that right? Of course, what else do I look like? How should I know what a private detective looks? Oh, forget it. Look, I'll tell you straight. My life is in danger. I need your help. Well, excuse me if that caught me a little off guard. Let me ask you straight. Look at the fucking stance on this guy. Who's trying to kill you? A student called Michio Shiraishi. Michio. That's the girl that killed herself. Why is she trying to kill him? Did they have... Is it the classic, like, they had an affair? I watched Wonder Egg Priority. Interesting. Schoolgirl, eh? Sounds like you've been naughty. It's nothing like that. That girl, she's a murderer. I'm the only one who knows, but I saw what she did. Michio Shiraishi, I saw her kidnap Shuichi Shigema. Come again? I saw her talk to him on the street and lead him away. I didn't think much of it at the time, but then he went missing. She murdered him, I'm sure of it. Or at least she's got something to do with it. That's what you're here for, isn't it? Then you can't let her get to me. That's true, you've been sitting on some valuable information. Why didn't you tell anyone? But, you see, if you can't explain that, I don't have any reason to believe you. I couldn't. She told me she'd kill me if I spoke a word. You're telling me a schoolgirl had you scared for your life. So you've been sitting on that all this time, and you think she's coming for you now that you've spilled the beans. Yes, that's it exactly. I'm begging you, don't let her get me. Arrest her, I'm telling you, she's a demon. She's a demon! She's a killer! Look at her! She's gonna get me! She's gonna get me! This pussy. You seem to believe what you're saying, but it just doesn't add up. How could a schoolgirl have a fully grown man so terrified? You don't know what she can do. She'll curse me. Curse you? What is this face? What is this face? Why do they all have a pouty lipped face? I'm sorry, but you're losing me here. It's true. Her house, it's... Oh, forget it. Why do I even bother? You seem dubious enough to believe me, but I should have known you'd never understand. Enough. I'll find someone else to help me. Hey. All right, we're getting a bit interesting now. And that's about the long and short of it. I I can hardly believe it. At the time I thought his mention of curses was just crazy talk, but I'm starting to see that there might have been more to it. Then if we can just find that girl, curse or no curse, if she was with Shuichi on the day of the kidnapping, then there's a good chance she knows something. On top of that, I did some digging on the man I spoke to. His full name's Kohei Janoichi. He's a teacher at Kamagata High School here in Sumida. A teacher? Then this schoolgirl is one of his students? I think that's very likely. Last, we've got a lead. Hopefully, it'll be the breakthrough we're looking for. Okay. Anyways, this whole rite of resurrection thing. The rite of resurrection, huh? I read about that in a cult magazine the other day. Apparently some old books showed up recently with all the gory details. And they say that the rite can be found somewhere in Hanjo. I remember the first time you told me about that. I felt like my prayers had been heard. Like I had hope, real hope for the first time. Ever since that awful day, I've wondered. What if I hadn't sent him to school? What if I'd just paid the ransom? Not a day goes by when I don't think that if I'd done something differently, Shuichi would still be alive. You can't blame yourself, ma'am. It was the culprit's fault, not yours. Though I know that won't help any. Grief is funny like that. I'm guessing that's why you're after the right? Guess I didn't need to ask. It's written all over your face. I can tell how much he meant to you. But, and this is a big but, if this right is the real deal, using it will mean killing someone and stealing their soul. Is that a problem? If it comes to that, I'm afraid I'll have to stop you. Oh, that's a shame. A shame, huh? That's all. I thought, if I'm going to be competing with other curse bearers, then your detective skills might come in useful. You realize you're talking about ending someone's life, right? Don't you see an issue with that? I think any parent in my position would happily kill for a chance like this. That's so, is it? Dear, oh dear, what have I gotten myself into? If it makes you uncomfortable, then you won't have to get any blood on your hands yourself. I don't need you to kill the other curse bearers. I only need you to find them. I won't be party to murder, ma'am. Not even for a client. He does need money. He does need money. How much can I give you to change your mind? Sorry, ma'am, but not everyone has a price. I've got my policies, and I stick to them. I see. I didn't realize you were so stubborn. Let me say, though, it's not like I don't get what you're going through. As long as you're not killing anyone with your own hands, maybe I can help you out. What do you have in mind? Well, how about stealing someone else's curse stone after they filled it with soldier eggs? If that was all you were after, then I could lend you my services guilt-free. Curse his ass. No, he's okay! If the other curse bearers want to kill each other, that's their business. I'm not trying to be a hero here. Guess there's no guarantee a stolen curse stone will work, but we can worry about that later. Well then, I suppose we have a deal. Although, what if I stole a curse stone using my curse? Would you disapprove? That would void our contract, ma'am. Just warning you now. About my curse now. Before we go any further, why don't you tell me about that curse of yours? The Haunted Clappers, was it? That's one of the 7 mysteries of Hanjo, if I remember correctly. That's right. The original story did happen somewhere near here, I think. I'm sure I remember hearing that. In that case, my money would be on all the curse bearers being somewhere in Hanjo. Our first move should be to narrow them down. Some of them are bound to try and come for you first. We'll need to be ready. The curses make their bearers more willing to kill, so an attack could come from anywhere. Haunting Clappers is my adult video star name. That sounds sensible. No, that's my adult video star name. And if I remember correctly, your haunting clappers can set people on fire, but only if they have a naked flame or a lighter on their person. Is that right? That's right. In olden times, wooden clappers were used to warn people of fire. I'm guessing it punishes those who don't heed the warning. Seems like a good curse to have. It's simple and straightforward enough to use. Although it's hard to say how it stacks up without knowing what else is on the table. You really think it's that good? Target can't do much to throw it off, and it has a nice long activation window. It's big that it works on lighters, too. Just slip one into your target's pocket. And say that condition were already fulfilled before they even knew you're there. They wouldn't even know what hit them. Maybe I won't actually have to use it. I could just tell someone I could, and they'd have to do what I said. Threats could work, although without any proof, it'll come down to how convincing you can be. If only you could use the curse and back out at the last second. At the last second? What an interesting idea. I have a lighter right here. We could try it now. That's an interesting proposition. But maybe not. I'm not quite crazy enough to make myself a guinea pig. Oh, I see. You're an odd one, ma'am, if you don't mind me saying. I don't think it's just the curse. You flatterer. I need her. I need her. As for what we do next, first of all, I think you should stay indoors. Try not to do anything spontaneous or outside of your normal routine. Right then, have you decided what you want from me working on? Help me with the right. Bringing my son back is more important. I want you to help me with the rite of resurrection. Roger that. The rite it is. Odds are good that the other curse bearers are also working by night. Anyone they kill under the cover of darkness won't be discovered until sunrise. I bet they'll be trying to do as much as they can before morning comes. So it's settled then. I'll look into the other curse bearers by night. And once the city wakes up and I can start asking questions, I'll investigate the kidnapping as well. I'll even try and find Miss Shiraishi as part of the bargain. Thank you. That's more than enough. All right, we've got a deal. Yep. Guest table. No, good enough for you? All right, get out of my house. What's that? I'll be damned. Is that what I think it is? Goodness, you made me jump. It's just a silly little sticker my son got from somewhere or other. He put it up just before... Well, you know what happened. I still can't bring myself to take it down. Let me take a closer look. I knew it! It's Head Hencho from way back in set number 1. This is a real collector's item. Excuse me? Don't tell me you've never heard of the Mockingbirds. The what? They're the hottest new craze. Cute little birds dressed up like rough and tumble delinquents. I've never heard of them, but this certainly seems to matter to you. Best part is, nobody knows who made them. They just started showing up around town, and soon enough, they'd won everybody's hearts. Story goes that they're made by some anonymous artist who covertly leaves them behind in specific locations. Sort of like a quirky little Banksy. No one knows when or where they'll show up next. They're basically an urban legend of sorts. I think when we turn up here, of all places, this is a good sign. I'm sure of it. Oh, well, that's nice. Woohoo! So now we've got collectibles. Can you leave my house now? Uh-huh. Can you get out of my house? Now then. I should get to work. There's only so much time before sunrise. I'll call you if I find anything new. You stay here and keep a lookout. All right. There's no telling what kind of curses you might find out on the streets tonight. Don't go outside if you can help it. And try to be ready for anything. I will. Well, if that's all, I should be going. I need him pregnant and her in my bed. Nice thought. I should go back to reception room. It's been almost an hour since Richter left. He promised he'd call me if anything happened. But he hasn't. So all I can do is wait and wait. Is there another Is there another sticker? Nothing at this hour. Whoa. Newspaper. What? A newspaper? Must have fallen off the chair. Oh, let's read it. What we got? All right. I'll leave them in here for the guests. I hardly ever read them myself. I don't think I've taken the time to go over one in years, in fact. Well, it's not like I have anything better to do. Let's look at the society articles. City's biggest problem right now is pollution. I remember how the air and water used to be even more polluted. The river is covered in scum from all the sewage and industrial waste, and it stinks so badly it makes my eyes water. Eventually, people started getting sick, and it can't be ignored anymore. Fortunately, it's gotten better since then. Although the air around the industrial district is still filthy with gas and smog. We need to find out about Shiraishi's death. We need to know that Miyoko is dead. Yep. Alright. Stereo. Okay. Into the education articles. Everyone attends high school now, even girls. Universal education policy, they call it. The country's gotten rich enough that every child can go to school. Education is the backbone of modern society. If you want to work for a good company, you have to get into a good university. With more people in the running than ever, the competition to get into those universities has gotten fierce, though. The new generation is rebelling. Schoolyard violence and delinquency are on the rise. Even women. But my boy was too sensible to get mixed up in any of that. I don't want to read anymore. It only reminds me of him. Let's see. Oh, society articles. If there's one thing Hanjo never wants for, it's horrific crimes. They found a police officer dead in a local park the other day. A lot of my family are in the police. I hope it isn't anybody I knew. I don't read the news anymore. Not since last year. Brings back bad memories. We should probably not do that one too far. Let's look at culture. Spending money to go around, people coming up with all new versions, shoot aliens. Wow. Okay. Talking about, yep. Cool. We're just covering everything. Mockingbirds. Yep. Alright. Television. Yep. Yep. A little bit more. Now the comedy boom is over. All the comedians are flocking to other genres. Okay. How about economy? Oh, yeah, it is the 70s. All sorts of articles about the current state of the economy. Dollars down from its height. People are saying it can fall further. There's no denying how much standard of living is. Wow, that's crazy. Anyways. Oh, yeah. Wow, okay. Anyways, any dead kids? Suicide at local high school. Oh, I remember that. A high school girl jumped off a roof about a week ago. She was bullied, I think. Or maybe it was something about exam pressure? What? But no, this can't be right. Her name. Michio, not Miyoko. Michio Shiraishi from Komagata High School. It can't be. She was my only lead. Michio Shiraishi, the same girl who witnessed my son's kidnapping, committed suicide last week. But that means Mr. Janoichi was terrified of someone who already died? Oh, yeah. Is that what he meant by a curse? I can't work this out on my own. Maybe Richter will know. Why won't he call? Oh, I haven't left it off the hook, have I? Well, let's try. I'm waiting for Richter to contact me, but he hasn't. I made sure the receiver's on the hook. It'll ring as soon as he Oh. That must be him. Richter! Hello, Shigema residence. Aha, to the bridge. Damn, he's fine. Richter called me out to meet him, and we came here to Kamagata Bridge. Richter, there's something I need to tell you. Funny, I was just thinking the same thing. Around Kamagata Bridge over the Sumida River, there's a highway on one side and a freeway on the other, but they're both deserted this late at night. You're really into this dude. He's got a thin waist. I like that. God, there's so many. Cool. He looks like a slut. I like that. Do y'all got any bird stickers? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, so good. Oh no, little whore. I want. He looks fertile. He looks like he could bear a healthy child. He's gazing down at the water. What does he see down there, I wonder? Anything in the water? Sumida River. Water is filthy and horrid, but at night when it's still, it looks almost peaceful. Can I ask you something, ma'am? Is the Sumida River what you Hanjo folks picture when you think of home? I couldn't say. All I can tell you is that I can hardly stand the sight of it. Right. Should have guessed. Oh yeah, because her son. Yeah. This was where they found him after he went missing. All alone, floating in that horrible water. All I can think is how scared he must have been, how cold he must have been. What did he ever do to deserve something so awful? I've come here every day since then. And I prayed to the river to give him back. To give me back my son. Day after day after day. You know, in olden times, people believed rivers marked where our world would met the next. So the act of crossing flowing water had a huge amount of spiritual significance. Back when Edo was founded, the people of Chuo saw the Sumida River the same way. They associated the far side of the river with the afterlife. That same place would later become Hanjo. All their fear and revulsion accumulated there and took root. But then the Ryogoku Bridge sprang up after the Great Fire of Meireki, and just like that, Honjo was part of the city too. And as it turned from farmland into a town, the people surrounded it with man-made rivers and crisscrossed it with canals and waterways. Weren't those to prevent flooding? That's what I was told. They were, but that's not all they were used for. Their other purpose was to contain all the corruption that had built up on this far shore, and stop it leaking through to our side of the Great Divide. Officially, they were a physical barrier, but unofficially they were a spiritual one too. So if I have this right, are you saying that Honjo is a place where the real world meets the afterlife? Exactly. That's why the rite of resurrection is here, rather than anywhere else. I'm sure of it. And it's probably why the 7 mysteries and their curses have survived to the modern day. And I guess I would make this spot we're standing now, right over the water, the border between life and death. If there ever was a place where bringing back the dead might be possible, I reckon it's here. It's funny that you mentioned praying to the river. That might have done more than you think. Is that supposed to make me feel better? Just thinking aloud, ma'am. Well, it's a nice thought. A Class A river. Yeah, alright. Cool. I didn't talk to you. Oh, you go. Let's finish this river talk. Oh, that's right. There's one more memory I have of this river. Do you mind if I tell you? Go ahead. It must have been about 20 years now when I was still a schoolgirl. Back then, the Sumida River was much filthier than it is now. It was full of garbage and industrial discharge. It was scummy and slimy and it stank. You could look out over the water and see dead cats and dogs and pigeons just floating. And one day, among all the filth and garbage, there was a piece of my missing classmate's hand. Oh! That was the case from forever ago that Tsutsumi worked on. It's all coming together. What? It was always a miracle when you stop to think about it. What were the chances that someone would find a part of her that was still recognizable? And although everything but the palm had rotted away in the water, the part that was left would have an identifiable scar. And they could tell it had been a murder from the blade marks on the bone. Wait. Are you talking about the Nejima murders? So you have heard of it. I'm impressed. I assume you were but an elementary schooler at the time. I wasn't really aware of it then. I only heard about it after the fact. I had no idea the victim was a classmate of yours. Oh my. Yeah. To be honest, it was all a bit of a blur. A wave of chaos just parting around me. Something like that. They said the rest of her body must have sunk to the bottom of the river. They combed through the riverbed, but they only ever found pieces. Everything else must have rotted and flowed out to sea. Afterwards, I heard that all the divers who had been looking for her fell ill. A sorry story for everyone involved, huh? It's funny. Everyone figures the river's filthy already, so one more piece of garbage won't hurt. But every little bit makes it worse. It's a vicious cycle. I know I wouldn't want to go rooting around down there myself. That's right, which is why the riverbed is the last place anyone would go looking. Or so is the killer's thinking, I suppose. The times were changing quickly back then. Things were confusing. Everyone seemed to be in a hurry. Young people were moving to Tokyo in droves. Some even ran away from home to make it in the big city. And they made easy targets for bad people. A lot of them ended up disappearing without a trace. You see, back then, if you chopped up a body into tiny pieces and threw it in the river, it would rot quickly and discreetly and sink to the bottom, never to be seen again. Are you saying what I think you're saying? They arrested him shortly after, Fumichika Nejima, the man who killed my classmate and cut her into pieces. He was so methodical about it, it couldn't have been his first crime. And people began to wonder how many other girls he'd murdered the same way. The police never found evidence of other murders in the end. But the river knows the truth. How many corpses has it swallowed up over the years, I wonder? That same thought spread through everyone's mind, and they started to avoid this area. Higurashi no Nakakoro ni looking-ass murderer! He looks like a Discord mod. How about that? So really, this river has been rank with corruption for decades now. Or at least that's how it seems to me. Well, was that interesting? Well, I can see why you don't have any good memories of this river. With all that darkness lurking beneath the surface, there's no reason that you would. Still, if I may, ma'am, I'm surprised you know so much about the Nejima murders. But how could I not? After all, I was the one who found the hand. The police actually wrote me a thank you letter. They said it was only thanks to me that they managed to bring Nejima to justice. That was the only time my father ever said he was proud of me. Huh. I guess it just wasn't the killer's day. Sometimes I wonder if he resents me for it. Crazy. Okay, that was a lot. You go first. Please, go ahead. All right, then. I've been poking around places connected to the 7 mysteries, looking for curse bearers, and I think I found a few candidates. First, the tall man I ran into at Kinshibori Park. I asked him for directions, trying to probe him a little, but he turned the questions right back around on me. And he was out of there the second he figured I wasn't what he's looking for. I got the sense curses were nothing new to him. I'm about 40% sure he's a curse bearer. Then there's this middle-aged guy I saw in South Warigesui Street. There's no question about this one. He had one of the curse stones in his hand. He had a nervous air about him, too. It was clear he was up to some shady business. Gathering soul drugs, I bet. He'd make a good target. Next up is a pair. A pair? A young man and woman I saw around Ryogoku Bridge. What the hell? Sweater guy had swag? This time the man came up to me and asked me flat out if I was a curse bearer. I told him I didn't know what he was talking about, and he backpedaled and left. Looks like they lurk around there often. Looking for kindred spirits would be my guess. Though it doesn't seem like they're quite working as a pair. Gathering soul drugs in a group might be a decent idea if you can make it work. But with things being how they are, it's got to be hard to find folks one can trust. They've got brass, though. I don't know what their deal is, but I'd like to find out. Last is 2 detectives I've seen sniffing around. The police are involved? Not necessarily. A body turned up in a local park a few days ago, so they might just be looking into that. Still, the park's got ties to one of the 7 mysteries. Might be it was a curse that did the guy in. And if they're sending in detectives from the head office, then something's got to be up. How do you know where they're from? Let's just say that when you're in this business, there's some faces you get to know. You knew him. You were friends with him. Anyway, that's everyone who caught my eye. You found all of them in so little time. I really did hire the best. It's all in the name, ma'am. Richter Kai, P.I. No, wait. Make that Richter Kai investigator extraordinaire. My, an investigator extraordinaire. Is that why you can dress like that without drawing attention to yourself? You bet. An investigator extraordinaire can blend in like a chameleon in any outfit. Well, that aside, the middle-aged man and the young couple sound the most promising. Am I right? Whichever we pick, it's still too early to make a move. Seems like the curse bearers are less involved with each other than we thought. Plus, there are still others we don't know about. I said we hang fire and see how things play out. Once more bodies start showing up, that'll get the pot nice and hot. Once it's boiling, our chance will come. My turn! Bad news. There's something I need to tell you. What's up? Well, that girl, Michio Shiraishi, the one who was with Shuichi on the day of the kidnapping, that's her. Well, she's dead. She's what? The student who committed suicide last week, that was her. I heard something like that had happened. Never got the name, though. Talk about bad luck. We finally get a lead, only to find out it's turning into a literal dead end. Unless her death was the whole reason Jinochi was so shaken up. He said she was going to curse him. Was he talking about her taking revenge from beyond the grave? Seems like we're back where we started. Not necessarily. That teacher knows something. I'm sure of it. At the very least, I'd put money on him having something to do with Miss Shiraishi's death. That's why he's so scared of being cursed by her. I see. And also, something tells me he knows more about your son's kidnapping. In any case, I think I've got a good idea of what he's hiding. Call it a hunch. A hunch? Well, more of a theory. Care to take a guess? I couldn't say. I'm just an ordinary housewife. I'm not clever enough for all this. Are you sure? I'd had you down for sharper than that. That's flattering, but I'm afraid you're mistaken. Anyway, that's enough speculation for now. The truth will come out in time. Right now, I think we need to have another chat with Mr. Jinochi. Is there something wrong? Not really. It just struck me. It's been 20 years since the Nejima murders. So it has. Not to spook you or anything, but I thought you might be interested in knowing. Life in prison doesn't always mean life. There's precedent for first-time offenders being allowed out on open parole after 20 years. Only if they're found to show remorse and the desire to reform themselves, of course. That's right. I'm impressed you know so much. Still, it's hard for someone with a criminal record to reintegrate into society. I hear they've been trying to fix that recently, matching inmates with jobs and accommodation. Oh, really? They keep an eye on them, of course, and make them report in for regular checkups. But to avoid discrimination, they keep the inmate's record a secret from everyone but their employers. They even give particularly notorious criminals new identities, so they won't be recognized in the new workplace. My curse is I died, turned into a very hungry Buddhist ghost, endure uncountable years, hundreds of years of suffering. But to you, it's like 5 seconds, then I haunt you. Bro read Hoseki no Kuni. So that Nejima guy is out. The reason that they made him look like a large slob is so that it can be surprising when it turns out that he's actually somebody else. So, this is the guy. Who could it be? Their eyes are pretty different. Bro is built like a thumb. This one's not impossible. I'm looking for somebody that's got like the hair color is the same. It could also be this guy. I mean, this is probably him, right? It's probably the janitor. This guy's too young. I think everybody else is too young. So it's either going to be the janitor. He's probably too young, right? 20 years ago? Yeah, I think the Makoto's the only one who actually, like, fits the age that he would have to be. It's like you're saying Fumichika Nejima could be out on parole right now. Back in society under a new name, with nobody the wiser. It's possible. As it happens, little birdie told me about a big name in making parole a few months back. I don't know if that was Nejima, but our discussion just now did bring it to mind. I see. How unsettling. Now that you mention it, I just remembered something too. What was it? I was passing Kamagata High School a little while ago when I saw someone. A janitor, I think. And I could have sworn he reminded me of Fumichika Nejima. Well, I could have told you that. Oh? He looked a little different after 20 years. Much thinner than I remembered, too. I told myself I was just saying things. But perhaps... Did I get red herringed? Perhaps it was him after all. So, what next? The question now is what the rest of the curse bearers are up to. Luckily, the Sumida River is a good distance from any of the 7 mysteries. It's unlikely the other curse bearers will come all the way here. I think I can finally have a moment to think. I see. All right. Excuse me. Is it Yoko? Oh, it's the other sweater bitch. Where did she come from? I thought she appeared out of nowhere. I didn't mean to startle you. I'm terribly sorry if I've gotten the wrong people, but would you happen to be curse bearers? Curse bearers? What's that then? It means someone who's gathering souls for the rite of resurrection. You have heard of the rite of resurrection, haven't you? Everyone's talking about it. Color me intrigued. Care to tell me more, Miss... What's your name again? Oh, silly me. I'm Ayame Tono. Got a new one. Oh, this could be, Tsutsumi's daughter. There's more to the rite of resurrection than meets the eye, you see. Or Yoko. Yoko or this chick could be his daughter. So the very best way to collect soul drugs is to kill other curse bearers. And that's about the size of it. I hope it wasn't too much to follow. No, I think I got the gist. Funny old world we live in, huh? So, are you saying you're one of these curse bearers? No, well, not quite. It's complicated. I'm not, but Yutaro is. Yutaro? Is that your boyfriend? You ever just come up to strangers and talk to them about occult legends? It's not a legend! It's true! Oh, heavens, no. He's just a friend. His full name is Yutaro Namigaki, where I suppose you could say partners in crime. Funny way of putting it. She says her name's Ayame. I'm guessing she's around 20. She must be brave walking around alone this late. Maybe there's more to it. Dude, I could go for another bird sticker right now, I'll tell you what. What do you think of all this? He's hiding it well, but I can sense he's got his guard up. Could there be more to this girl than meets the eye? I'm gonna assume so. That must be it. She must be half the young couple Richter mentioned. Okay. Just getting everything out of the way. So tell me about this guy. So where's Yutaro now? Well, about that, he's not actually a curse bearer anymore. He's more like a former curse bearer. Former? How so? I don't really know the details myself, but apparently he lost his curse stone. Typical, right? He makes such a show of being a top student, only to flunk where it counts. So there's my friend, right? He kills people because the stone tells him to, and we're gonna bring back somebody from the dead. So now I'm out here looking for curse bearers myself. If you want something done right... What, you want my stone? You want my stone, little girl? Oh, you're carrying, right? Let's keep talking about him. He lost it. How do you do that? I wasn't with him at the time, so I don't know exactly what happened. All I know is that he came back saying he didn't have it anymore. All I'm hearing is these two ladies are single. Actually, the other chick is married, but hey, he ain't home. Although, well, it's strange that you'd probe into that of all things. I'm just a curious sort, that's all. Sorry if it's a touchy subject. Oh, I don't mind. I don't particularly care about keeping it a secret. Utero can be a little irrational sometimes, so I have to keep a level head on my shoulders. So why are you here? Mind if I ask why you thought I was a curse bearer? Oh, that. I'm terribly sorry. I was so rude. I saw the two of you out late at night, and I suppose I made assumptions. Gotcha. Sorry if we gave you the wrong idea. Out of interest, what was your plan if we did turn out? What would you have done? Great question. And the answer is I was going to ask you very nicely for your curse stones. And you thought we'd give them to you? Just like that? Well, maybe not, but you know what they say, you never know until you ask. You must really love your boyfriend if you're willing to try something that risky. Oh goodness, no, we're just friends. My life doesn't revolve around him, you know. Anyway, you aren't curse bearers, so I'm just bothering you, aren't I? Please ignore me. Bro pulled out the DS So what are you trying to do with this rite of resurrection? Well, Utara has his own plan all laid out. I don't know if I can get behind it, though. It seems, how do I put it, self-centered? She's really pretty. I mean, if you've got a chance to resurrect the dead, it would be a waste not to use it on someone that really matters, right? So I was planning to steal his curse stone at the last second and use it for myself. Well, until he lost it anyway. Oh, but don't tell Utara I was going to do that, okay? I don't think he'd be happy to hear it. Of course, keeping secrets is my business. My, aren't you dashing? Sounds like you really have your heart set on this right. What were you hoping to use it on? Do you promise you won't laugh? Cross my heart. Well then, let me tell you my master plan. Prepare to be amazed. Ahem. I'm an art student, you see. Woodblock prints are my specialty. Ukiyo-e in particular. Ukiyo-e, huh? You must be a cultured lady. Really? Do you think so? Everybody says it's a strange interest for a girl to have. You know, people often think of ukiyo-e as some inaccessible, high-class art form, but that's actually totally untrue. Back in the Edo period, it was the art for the masses, amusement for the common people. So when you think about it, we feel exactly the same thrills from every brushstroke as they did back then. Isn't that fascinating? Yeah, I guess. She cannot be asked to listen to this bitch another moment longer. And as far as I'm concerned, the undisputed king of ukiyo-e is the one and only Hokusai. No way! You want to resurrect Hokusai? Have you heard of him? Sure have. He's famous. Didn't he live somewhere around here back in the Edo period? That's right. You're just as knowledgeable as you look. His 36 views of Mount Fuji is so iconic. They're the only works of his most people know. But Hokusai was so much more than mountains and waves. She's one of them art girls. Yeah, she's that's only the teeny tiny tip of the veritable iceberg of work. Gotta admit, I only really know him from those landscapes myself. Oh, don't worry about it. Anyone can learn. When Hokusai died at the age of 90, he left behind over 30,000 drawings. That's multiple drawings a day for 80 years. Amazing, right? So he kept on drawing right up into his old age, huh? Impressive. But even in his final years, he was never satisfied with his own work. His dying words were, should heaven afford me but 5 more years, I shall finally become a true artist. Even on his deathbed, he still thought he had more to learn. He was already the greatest painter and artist of his era. Who knows what he could have done with more time? Well, that's what I want to find out. Huh? Hold on, are you saying? Besides, he always said he wanted to move out of 100 houses, but he only made it to 93. Isn't that just tragic? Oh no, nuh-uh. No way this is going where I think it's going. She resurrects this dude. He's incredibly misogynistic for me. Dude, he's gonna look outside. Somebody get this man like a Cheeto or a hot chip. He'll die again immediately. Imagine the masterpieces he could create with modern techniques. I feel all dizzy just thinking about it. You've gotta be kidding me. So if I understand correctly, you want to use the rite of resurrection to... I want to bring Hokusai back to life. Well, that's Certainly a novel idea. What is this bitch? I'm bringing back Van Gogh. We need him. That's what she'd use it on? What a waste. Yeah, I know who Hokusai is. Yes, I have another bird. Oh gosh, is that the time I should be going? I need to get my hands on a curse bear before daybreak. Sorry for flagging you down out of the blue like that. Best of luck. Yeah, that's a person of interest, all right. A young woman working with Utah Namagaki. Yeah, Namagaki. Da, 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 da. Making the best of a recent boom in the popularity of female university students incited by their appearance across TV commercials and radio programs. IMA is content to ride this trend so long as it allows her to get her hands on whatever she needs and wants in life. Recently, IMA has figured out that older men will fall for her as she acts a little bit stupid. She was approached by Utah Namagaki in town, and although she was not attracted to him, agreed to date him because his family seemed rich. However, she does not think much of him as a human being. She doesn't think much of them as a human being. This is like you bringing back Poe. Ow, don't make me laugh. I'm going to use the right of resurrection on Edgar Allan Poe. Everyone in mildly colorful clothing has told out to be a total bat case. You say that, but look at this guy. He's in bright white. There goes trouble. If we're going after curse stones, we should keep an eye on her too, if we can. It's patterns. That's what they have in common. People wearing patterns are crazy. Normal. Crazy. And this thing. Why do you say that? Before she left, she wished us best. I caught that too. Best of luck. Why would you say that? She's got at least an inkling that we're curse bearers. My. It's a good chance we'll clash sooner or later. We're after the same thing, after all. You head on back to the mansion, ma'am. I think I'll tail her for a while. Huh, tailor? But, my clothes fit fine. Alright, I'm gonna go grab a beer real quick. Richter is just dressed up as a Texaboo in the big ol' year of 1970 Japan. Are you kidding me? One sec, I'll be right back. Alright, don't kill me, but I was also hungry, so I grabbed soup. Soup won't be loud. Soup isn't loud. Okie dokie. So, we're gonna need a reason not to trust. Also, one thing I want to bring up. We are at the soap store. When Yako was about to kill the teacher with her curse, I ran upstairs. She said, I won't let him do it again. So let's keep that in mind. I'm sure that's relevant for something. Hey, shut up, Cracker ASMR, idiot. Back here again. Do we have an auto? Yes. I left Richter to continue looking for curse bearers and came home alone. Can hear the wind rustling in the trees. Old Shigama Mansion, we rebuilt it here at the Great Kanto earthquake. It's always stayed the same after all these years, even the war didn't touch it. I never liked growing up, and I always wanted to live somewhere more modern. Think. Will this really be enough to gather the soul dregs I need? What if nobody uses any more curses? I'll lose my chance to bring him back. Yeah, we're not losing this chance, are we, girl? Oh, let's wait. Oh, bird! Yeah, baby. Good thing I decided to wait. Oh, that's it? Well, let's see. So maybe now we'll know that we're, suspicious of the janitor. There we go. Go home alone without checking on Mio. Oh, right. Mr. Janoichi was actually looking for you inside the main building. Oh, what? He's here right now? What's he thinking? I don't know. He was in class 3B on the second floor just a bit ago. I suppose that means I can't be locking up yet. Second floor, you said? I'll go take a peek. Be back in a jiff. My house is really close by. I'll be fine on my own, really. That's so? Snack shop, right? Suppose you'll be fine then. Be careful now, you hear? Stay on the big, well-lit streets. If something happens, shout fire. Okay, you worry too much. Well, want to be losing any more students. Though I imagine you'd know that better than anyone. Yes, you're right. My friend is dead. I know. Thank you. My friend is dead. Correct. Yeah, thanks for reminding me. I wouldn't have known. What do you say? Oh, my dead friend. Oh, got it. He was late. Aha, we have a teacher. Mr. Araishi. Haha, sorry, I muted while eating. It's really good. It's chicken and gnocchi soup. All right. I'm home. Thank goodness. I don't think the walk has ever felt so long. Nobody will be able to use their curse once it's light outside. I need to go look for Mio as soon as it's morning. Why do you hate your community? Oh, sorry, you want this? I don't think you can hear it even. Here comes the airplane. Here comes the airplane. Stop clipping. Let me eat. For now, gonna play this when I'm eating. Why? Sleepy time for Yako. Oh, Yako's branch of chapter 1. After persuading Hiraishi, the curse bearer of the ever-burning lantern, to give up his stone, Tsutsumi and Ario have obtained 3 curse stones in total. They continue their investigation of the town in search of the remaining curse bearers. Shut up. Maybe we came at the wrong time. There might not have been any curse bearers around. Sounds like when they do another round before morning comes then. Or maybe someone's been observing our movements. What? No way. Just a thought. Either way, we should check out this last place. Let's hope we finally get a lead. Ah, this is where Yoko was. No, Shogo! Whoa, whoa, whoa. What the hell is this? Is he dead? Damn it. We were too late. Was this a curse too? Hang on, I'm gonna call this in. I'll leave it to you. I'm gonna take a look around. Poor Shogo. He didn't deserve that. Boss, bad news. What is it? One of the mysterious deaths was reported in the area just now. The medical unit and forensics team are on their way, but it'll be a while before they arrive. Think this is the work of a curse bearer? With suspicious deaths popping up one after another, we have to assume it is. Shit, guess we'll be stuck waiting around for a while. Hi. Huh? Boss, the phone is ringing. Seems distracted by the phone. Boss, the phone? What about it? It's ringing. Sure is. Y'all got any bird stickers laying around? Is there a bird anywhere? Hey, you seen any bird stickers? Definitely did, but I can't discern the cause from what I've seen. That's drool. The curse of the ringing phone. If you pick it up, you die, but if you don't, you get super tinnitus. Yeah, let's answer. Let's get it out of the way. Much mushy, Kingsbury Park. Evening, Detective Tsutsumi. How are things looking out there? Who is this? I finally got him, the real deal, Detective Tetsuo Tsutsumi himself. Ah, wait, that's Chief Inspector Tsutsumi now, isn't it? You've come a long way since we last met. I asked you to identify yourself. Man, have you forgotten already? After all the time we spent together? What a time that was. As I recall, I gave you quite the runaround. Wait, is this? Fumichika Nejima. What? Did you say Fumichika Nejima? Like the one from the Nejima murders? Ding ding ding, you got it. I had a feeling that the great Chief Tsutsumi would remember me. I spent 20 long years in a cell thanks to you. That shit was not easy. You should be thanking me. Should have given you plenty of time to think and atone for your sins. Haha, that it did, and I've repented. My conscience is as clean as a whistle. Bullshit. 20 years in prison doesn't begin to make up for the shit you did. I don't know about that. After all, justice system was gracious enough to grant me parole. What? If this is the real Fumichika Nejima, he must still have a grudge against me for arresting him. Is this his payback? Damn it. What's your goal? Yep, he even got himself a job. As a janitor! Alright, that was yummy soup. We are done with soup. Put that away. No more soup. Now it's water. It was impossible to hold myself back. I knew I had to give you a little token of thanks, or I'd never be able to truly be able to have a fresh start. You get what I'm saying? No thanks, I don't need anything. No need to do all that for me. Just try to live a quiet life. Oh, it's no hassle. No hassle at all. It would be all too easy to just kill you, tear you apart. But that wouldn't be very satisfying. Certainly not after 20 fucking years of waiting. That's a long time to nurture a grudge. You fucking bet it is. I let it gnaw at me, grow inside of me. I thought of nothing else. All that time, I played model prisoner, endured the harassment those asshole guards threw at me, and I did it all for you, Tsutsumi, so please, just accept my deepest and most sincere feelings. Sorry, but I'm afraid I don't feel the same way about you. Shut the fuck up. That attitude of yours is why I'm saving you for last. How'd you find me? How do you know where I am? That's my favorite part, the sound of confusion in your voice. It's to die for. This is delicious. I can't get enough. I'm not telling you shit. Have fun racking your tiny little brain for it. What are you planning? Whatever it is, bring it on. I'm not running away. I just told you I'm not coming for you yet. Pay attention when people talk, shithead. You see, this time, I want to see you on your knees, weeping in despair, begging me for mercy. Oh no, I'm so sorry, dear Nejima. Please forgive me. I won't do it again. Shut the fuck up. This is exactly why I've always hated you so fucking much. It was worth a shot. Did you really think that would save me, asshole? You must be crazy. Well then, we're both crazy. We've got so much in common, we should be friends. Enjoy cracking your jokes while you still can. I'm gonna kill everyone you care about, one by one, till there's no one left. Sorry to disappoint, but I'm a lone wolf. I don't have anyone like that in my life. Boss, what about me? Or, wait, are you just trying to protect me? Oh my god, he cares about him. There's not a single person you care about? I wonder what your sweet daughter would think if she were to hear that. Don't you fucking dare, I'm warning you. Ooh, very nice. This is more like it. She's living all on her own now, isn't she? Attending university and all. Such a good girl. Oh my, don't tell me that she just happens to live in Honjo. What? She does? No, forget it. This isn't funny, asshole. I'm gonna find you and make you pay. Ah, I love it. Keep going. I want to hear you lose your mind. It's music to my ears. Fuck you. I look forward to chopping up your precious daughter. It'll be just like old times. I won't let that happen. I guess I could give you a little hint. Well, you see, have the one-sided read. So to me, you have the Evergreen Beach now. Nejima, you're a curse bearer. You're using the power of the curse. Indeed, and what a peculiar curse it is. But that's where my hints end. God damn it, the curse echo couldn't have fallen into worse hands. One more thing we should discuss. In fact, it's the most important thing. Now you're finally gonna shut up. I'm already sick of you, so I'll pass. Oh, but you don't want to miss this. It's the main course. I could just go after your daughter, but something tells me you'd get bored. No, I'm good. You got me real fired up. You're in my head. Well done. But this is a gift tailor-made for you. I'm gonna kill all the people you swore to protect. Every last person living here. You couldn't. Oh, but with this curse of mine, I can. I'll give you until dusk. By then, I could probably get a couple hundred people or so. And it'll all be your fault. Oh, it must be so hard to know they'll all die because of you. So tragic. It must be tearing you apart. Don't fuck with me. There's no way an amateur like you could pull off a curse that strong. Fortunately for you, I absolutely can. My curse stone is a particularly strong one. Which means I can have my fun without needing to hold back one bit. It's almost like the Feast of Shadows was cast just for me. You're surprisingly well informed about this. Who was it that tipped you off? Who knows? And how about I kill myself and ruin all your fun? How about that, asshole? Idiot, you think I'd call it off just because you were dead? There's no running away for you. I'll find you. I won't let you get away with this, Nejima. You've got 12 hours. Do you really think your paltry little organization will be able to make a dent in my plans? Oh, the sacrifices made will be heavy. I can't wait to see you sobbing with regret. And I'll even have enough soul dregs to pull off the rite of resurrection. How splendid! Wait, Nejima, you're after the... Anyway, see you around. Bye-bye now. But who would he revive? So it feels too obvious now that it would be the janitor. I feel like if it... Just like Life from Death Note, this Nejima is cooked. Okay, I'm gonna... I don't know if I want to put all my eggs in a theory yet, but I like the idea that maybe Nejima is the janitor and that the person on the phone is a copycat killer. What do you think of that? Like, maybe the real Nejima is actually, like, actually reformed, but this is just some bastard that also hates Sutsumi for some other reason. That would be cool. Ario, did you catch all that? Nejima, what is he planning? Wait one sec. It's not Richter. It's not Richter. I like him. For now, we need to find him and get him into custody. Send word to HQ. But the fact that 7 mysteries are wrapped up in this is going to make things tricky. Can't be anyone here, Amati. Remember Rule 5. That's not even the right... It's not even the right nationality. You mean with Nejima being a curse bearer? Just our luck, really. Could have been a worse guy. Sounds like his curse will be able to kill a lot of people at once. I'd like to avoid getting our investigators caught in the crossfire. We'll use them to find out where he is, but then we're going in alone. We should try to collect as many curse stones as we can before then. Let's hurry. Aye aye, boss. Later, it was reported that a total of 3 suspicious deaths were discovered that night. Nejima's threats, along with the curses, were kept secret from the general public. However, the Hanjo serial killing still made international headlines following the death of police officer Hajime Yoshimi. At Totsumi's request, a large-scale investigation was launched into Fumichika Nejima's whereabouts. Totsumi and Arios themselves spent the rest of the night looking for curse bearers in the area, but their search ended in vain. And with that, the curtain closed on that cursed night. Oh, wow. Wow, we made it to the day. We made it to daytime. Sick. Alright, we got Hitomi's help in sorting things out. Let's keep up with these guys. He's been planning this since 9-year-olds because he got fun of his whole life for his eccentric fashion. It's because somebody took his mockingbird stickers. The body's still there. Sorry for the wait, boss. Managed to gather some information. Forensics has finished their investigation. The body's been carried away. That said, we're still closing the park to the public, at least for the time being. This place was really giving me the creeps last night, but it looks pretty normal now with the sun out. Yep. Bam. I'm good at this. He's been up all night gathering information. Must be nice to be young and have all that kind of energy. But I'm glad to have him on my side. He gave me a chance to rest up. Well, we've got ourselves quite the mess. Strange deaths popping up all over the place that may or may not have something to do with the curses. We also need to keep looking to Yoshimi and Nejima. For now, we'd be better to start following up on the few leads we've got. Guess I better see what Ario's found out. Alright, what you got? Things at the station were pretty hectic, but I managed to get some info. Let me fill you in. Thanks, floor's yours. Alright. A total of 3 mysterious deaths were confirmed in the area, including the one in this park. So let's start with that one, the young man we found here. He's been identified as Shogo Okie, 25 years old, a regular little office worker who worked around here. He died of asphyxiation due to water in the lungs. He drowned. He drowned? In the middle of the park? That's not possible. There's gotta be a curse we're dealing with here. About that, boss. Isn't this park associated with one of the 7 mysteries, too? Yep, Whispering Canal. It does seem like there'd be a link between canal of death and death by drowning, don't you think? Sharp thinking, Ario. You're starting to get the hang of this. So let's assume they're related. What next? Before that, the body of a woman was found behind a residential complex on Kamezawa. The victim has been identified as Tawako Hayashi, 29 years old. She was an office worker who lived on her own in the area. As for the cause of death, well, yes? The entirety of her body was crushed by some strong external force. Ah, so she was killed by the same curse that got Michio. No murder weapon was discovered in the area, but considering the way she was found, we're looking for something large, flat, and heavy that could have crushed her in one fell swoop. Hang on, are you saying she was stepped on? Meaning... foot-washing mansion? Crushing is a foot-washing mansion's modus operandi. The place the body was discovered is also known to be related to the 7 mysteries. Then this is Namigaki's doing. Shit, I knew he'd use it. Judging by the amount of soul dregs, the victim was just a regular person, not a curse bearer. Guess we should report this to Paranormal Affairs. Got it. And as for the 3rd victim, he was identified as Kohei Jonochi. Oh shit! Teacher at Komagata High. He was found in the school's courtyard. Cause of death appears to be external trauma from a fall or heavy blow. The impact crushed his arms and legs. Since he was found in the middle of the courtyard, he couldn't have fallen. Oh, okay, so this is the one that was the same as. Couldn't have fallen from the gymnasium or the main building. A teacher dying at school. Not just any school. Komagata houses one of the 7 mysteries. The Fool's Procession. Right, it's where the Fool's Procession is supposed to be. It's too big of a coincidence. Oh yeah, she fell from the tower. We can't rule out the possibility that this death was also one of the works of the work of a curse. I see. Either way, it seems all 3 victims can be tied to the 7 mysteries. There's probably a curse bearer at the center of it all, pulling the strings. We've got a point. All these strange deaths do point in one direction. That's right. Hajime's case wasn't all that different either. He also died of mysterious causes in a place connected to the 7 mysteries. Problem is, the timing doesn't match up. He died before the curses were activated. Could he have been hit by a different curse? Maybe one that didn't have anything to do with the 7 mysteries? That's a thought, but if that were the case, we'd be dealing with a powerful practitioner. One who could pull off a curse like that without using a cursed stone. Like someone who makes soap. There aren't many people in this day and age who could do something like that. Oh, really? I see. Dude, just get it up. Just get up. It ain't that serious. He looks fine. Brush it off, bro. Look at his lips. I'd be more surprised if you did. Alright. Looking at these deaths, it seems like many of the curse bearers acted last night, but we can't rule out that there are more killings from which the bodies haven't been found. Yikes, I haven't thought of that. Went gray before everything else. He's seen some shit. Yeah, he works in the Paranormal Investigation Division. But there is one silver lining. What, yours? Judging by my own curse stone, it seems that the curses can't be activated while the sun's out. Oh, that's great news. So basically, we're safe during the daytime? Exactly. It's also likely why Nejma gave us till dusk. Ah, he must have known the curse stones couldn't be used during the day. Either way, we got till nightfall to settle this. It's time we flushed out the other curse bearers. I don't dye the birds because it frames my chiseled jaw. He does look good. He looks sharp as hell. Aye, boss, let's do this. Alright, curse bearers. At the moment, we only know the identity of 4 curse bearers, you included. Yutaro Namigaki had the Foot Washing Mansion, and Hideki Araishi had the Ever-Burning Lantern. We've got both of their curse stones. And then there's Nejma, who claims he has the one-sided reed. Yeah, that about sums it up. We better figure out who has the remaining 5, quick. How should we go about looking for them? There's no point in searching blindly without a lead. Let's focus on other things for now. Tracking down Nejima may lead us to other curse bearers, too. Either way, he should be our top priority. He could do some real damage if we don't get him. I also want to look more into Yoshimi. I've got a feeling there's some connection there. Aye, boss. Sounds like we've got our work cut out for us. But that teacher died. That's concerning, because that's the only one that would have known anything about the son being kidnapped. I asked around Sumida's Community Safety Bureau, where Yoshimi was stationed. It seemed like he was investigating the apparent suicide of a girl named Michiyo Shiraishi. Yeah, I heard about that. He was trying to determine whether it really was a suicide, looking into the height of the building, the force of the impact, her wounds, all that. He must have suspected some kind of foul play, because he ordered a full investigation. But it had already been deemed a suicide, and his superiors told him not to go stirring things up. Huh, what was the evidence? Well, according to the report I found on his deck last night. The body was found at the foot of a building, a ways away from the road. There was no evidence of vehicular collision, so it was ruled a suicide, but he thought there was more to it? Yeah, a truck or other flat-faced vehicle traveling at high speeds could have inflicted similar damage. In other words, sometimes a traffic accident can look a lot like a fall. So there's a chance that it wasn't a suicide. But what a terrible way to go. There were no brake marks on the road, meaning it would have been a hit and run. The vehicle would have hit her without slowing down at all. This is turning into quite the grisly case. But the vehicle couldn't have come out from a collision like that unscathed. Exactly. So I asked the traffic bureau to keep an eye out for any vehicles with frontal damage. But I haven't heard back from them yet, and I don't think they're looking very hard. So we've got no proof. That said, if it was a traffic accident rather than a suicide, it's possible that someone silenced Yoshimi because he was on the verge of discovering the truth. That's true. You think the driver is the one who did him in? Not quite. Yoshimi had already talked to forensics in the traffic bureau, right? His death wouldn't have covered things up. It's that fucking Yomawari. The one that runs at high speeds across the street. Yeah. You're right on that. Even if the suicide was a cover-up for a hit and run, it doesn't seem like enough reason to kill a cop. Oh, that's right. Unrelated, but I got something else, too. I managed to get a hold of Michiyo Shiraishi's address. Yoshimi went there a bunch over the course of his investigation. Might be a good idea for us to drop by, too. Good thinking. Hopefully they'll give us some more leads. Alright, let's move on to next topic. And, except we're not. Remember the girl Yoshimi met with the other day he died? One Hitomi Okuda? Hitomi was the delinquent. Community Safety didn't have any contact information for her on hand. Not even an address? Well, they had her parents' information, but when I called, they said they hadn't heard from her in a month. Lots of family issues from the sound of it. They even said they didn't want anything to do with her anymore. That said, she still goes to school once in a while, so we might be able to find her there. Not sure we really have the time for a stakeout right now, but she could be a key witness. Can't we have Community Safety track her down for us? We can ask, but it might be tricky to get it done today. For starters, Kamagata High School is closed today. Ah, because the teacher that died. That's right. Alright, but if it's not something we can do today, we may have to forget about it. Let's move on then. Oh, we're still talking about Yoshimi. I got some information about Yoshimi's fiance from Community Safety. Her name is Mayu Chozawa, 27 years old. She works as a beautician in the area. Look, I even managed to get a picture of her. She sure is a beauty. But, oh boy, here it comes. But what? Community Safety hasn't been able to get in contact with her since Yoshimi died. Not by phone or at her house. In other words, no response. Dead silence. There it is. Can't things just be easy for once? What we got? Oh, she is pretty. Yep. It's definitely starting to look suspect. Crime of passion, perhaps? It's fairly common for people to get killed by a lover or a spouse. But Yoshimi was well liked, and they'd been together for over 10 years. You never know. Things can be different behind closed doors. I guess so. But we'll have to consider the opposite scenario, too. Could be that the same person who was out for Yoshimi is after his fiancée as well. She could be in danger. You're right. Either way, she's important to the case. HQ already has people looking for her. We'll know as soon as she's found. Okay, now we're done with him. On to Nejima. HQ has mobilized a search unit for Nejima. But so far we haven't received any word. Guessing he wasn't at home or at work? About that, apparently he vacated his last known address a week ago. You're serious? So we have no idea where he lives. It gets worse. I checked in with the factory he was working at. Factory? They told me he was only there for a month before he quit. Like a soap-making factory? Hold on a second. You're telling me nobody caught that? Well, I had the same thought, so I spoke to his probation officer. Turns out he'd been doing house visits and interviews, but never bothered checking on his workplace. He also said he lost track of Nejima when he moved to a new place. Jeez, that is just sloppy. I've heard that they're giving parole to just about anyone these days because they're running out of room in the prisons. Which also means there aren't enough probation officers to go around. Dude's probably overworked. So Nejima got to fuck about unsupervised. God damn it! That asshole is annoyingly good at faking remorse, or insanity, whatever the situation calls for. Back when I arrested him all those years ago, just talking to him left a bad taste in my mouth. He's probably hiding under a false name, which will make it hard to track him down. That explains why he so brazenly made contact. That asshole. He's mocking us. So, if we go down to Ashimiya, his predecessor was nearing retirement, so he began working as his replacement about 6 months ago. Say? There's a discrepancy. Which isn't to say that he couldn't have been working both jobs, but it's less likely. So he might be free of suspicion after all. It's probably too soon to know Nejima's identity, and they already called his into question. Honestly, it might be a lot more likely that it's Where is he? This guy. It's much more likely that it could be this dude. You know? I feel like it's probably him. Well, for now, the paperwork to circulate his name and mugshot is being filed. That's gonna take way too long. We only have until dusk. Speaking of Nejima, yeah? Did you manage to reach your daughter? It'd be best to put her into protective custody as soon as possible. Chairwoman might make an appearance. Yeah, she might have been like somebody that helped him out of prison or something. Helping him get revenge, maybe? Not yet. I can't reach her. They called, but she's not picking up. Wasn't home when they went to the house either. That's not good. Does that mean she never came home? Why weren't you the one trying to reach her? Shut up. I don't have her contact info, alright? Damn, she really doesn't trust you, huh? Either way, I told her mother that it was an emergency and that we'd send an officer to find her and get her to safety. She was real reluctant, but I got her to agree. Guess that explains why you got divorced. But if you, her former father, can't find her, how the hell did Nejima do it? performer, huh? That cuts deep. Yikes! Sorry, it just kind of slipped out. Anyway, I suspect it has something to do with his curse echo. Back on topic already, huh? He says curse could kill a lot of people in short time. May even allow him to act from a distance. I see. One-sided read. What was that story about again? Something about a man stalking a woman who goes insane and chops her up? Oh, right. One of the more gruesome of the 7 mysteries. As for Nejima's whereabouts, all we can do is throw more people at it till we find something. I'll check in with HQ frequently to see if they've got any updates. He is a good guy. What a hard-working guy. Total, gold medal props to this guy. Shall we continue our investigation? We could go to Komagata High School to look into Hitomi Okuda, or to Michio Shiraishi's house to find more about her. Good job. Good job, Ario. You did great. You did such a good job. Look at all that information he got us. Full marks. There's a lot we need to do, but not a lot we can do. This ain't looking good. We're gonna run out of time if we don't do something. Gotta suck when he dies, yeah. Because they already gave him the death flag of being like, will you cry over my death? Gotta keep moving. Let us go nowhere. Let's go nowhere, actually. $8 a.m. Yay, Mia's alive. Oh, good morning, Yako. Huh? Yako, rise and shine. Vision 18. Don't start. I've been hurt so many times. Why do I have DMs? Who the fuck dares to DM me? No way. No way, 2 of my wishes appeared in different Mood Eye servers. Kill my ass. Big! God damn it. More importantly, Nico Robin appeared in the other server. Lucky. Wow. Aren't you so smug? You're getting all my wishes today. Damn it. She's gone forever. Oh my god. Okay. You're up. Huh? This morning? Hi. You okay? Can you remember your name? I'm the Spectre of the Spirit Board. Yes, I'm Byaku Sakazaki. Good. Seems like you're fully awake. Oh, Mio, thanks for last night. Was everything okay? Yep, still alive. Couldn't dispel the curse echo or learn the identity of who used it, but I managed to at least get away. But in that situation, it's the best you can hope for. I'm sorry I got you involved in something so dangerous. I meant to look for you as soon as the sun rose, but I was just so sleepy. Can't even remember when I fell asleep. It's okay. It's only natural to be exhausted after what you went through. Besides, I also feel bad that you've been wrapped up in all this. It's supposed to be my job to prevent that from happening. Oh yeah, you said something about that last night. Just who exactly are you, Mio? Oh, well, the truth is, I've been trained in things having to do with the supernatural. Huh? You mean you can learn that kind of stuff like you would with flower arranging? I had quite the eventful childhood. Huh. Sounds like it must have been tough. Yeah, it would take a long time to explain, so let's just leave it at that for now. As fate would have it, I've ended up as the apprentice, or maybe more like assistant, to a notable paranormal expert. Schools have always had more paranormal disturbances because young people tend to be more susceptible to these things. I'm sent to schools that may experience something paranormal and put a stop to it before it happens. Wow, that's amazing. So it's like a part-time job you do while also being a student. Well, I do help maintain public order, but it's also part of my trainings, so I don't get any money. Hi, spaceman. Oh, look at his beautiful badge. Wow. I can take a look at people and see how long they've been here. It's wonderful. Wait a second. Ah, the drama. Wait. How is the game? It's really good. We're getting deep into the mystery now. Lots of little pieces parts are coming into place. We're fully past the exposition. Da-da-da. Na-na-na-na. You're good. Paranormasight is very good. Alright. You've got a rough then, but still, that really is amazing. What's happening? There are curse stones based off of a bunch of supernatural curses in the area that allow you to kill people if certain conditions are met. The first guy that we had was able to kill people if they turned their back on him and leave him. So he was able to kill them like that. And if you kill enough people with your little curse stone, you can resurrect somebody from the dead, supposedly. Oh my god. Can you roll before I sleep, says Bon. Oh, the fucking nerve. Hold on, I gotta roll. Let's see, maybe we'll get side on. These bitches are only getting an HG from me. So, we have a bunch of people running around with curse stones all trying to kill people. Bond like the Bond? Yeah, my friend. And they are all. If you kill another person with the curse stone, you get even more little points towards your resurrection. And so it's like they're all targeting each other. But then there's also this serial killer that killed somebody terribly like 20 years ago who just got out of prison. And he's targeting the cop who locked him away and all that. So there's a bunch of people with different storylines and motivations for why they want to try to resurrect somebody. And we're getting all this history about what happened in the past and all these other crimes that took place. Let's see. Oh my god, it's almost done. Oh, what the hell? I hate that guy. Okay, now I'm good. You were so cool when you faced off against the evil spirit. This girl has a curse stone, and they were doing a little ritual last night in the high school. This girl is a medium, and she helps prevent supernatural events, I guess. And she's trying to revive her friend who supposedly committed suicide, although there are now doubts cast on whether or not it was a suicide. Hint, it wasn't. And they want to find out what happened to her. I never know if I should be happy when you compliment me like that. But anyways, that's why it's up to me to resolve any paranormal issues at the school. And why I'm going to look into the cause of all this. But for now, let's head to school. Yeah. Oh, you have your curse stone? Now that it's daytime and its power is diminished, I should be able to hold on to it. Want to give it a try? Right, I do have it, but... Yako. Is it really so wrong? Trying to bring Michio back, I mean? I can't approve of it. The rite may seem like a dream come true, but it involves taking the lives of other people. Yeah, true. The artist is serious, no bullshit faces really well. Oh, the expressions in this game are so good. I love how varied the sprites are. I want to make sure this whole ritual ends without anyone getting hurt. This kind of like visual novel is really nice. It makes the scenes all feel really dynamic. That's what I believe and what I'll put before anything else. I'm sorry, but is it okay if I hold on to it? Yako. I promise I won't use the curse, no matter what. But maybe there's some other way. I just have this feeling that I shouldn't give up on the possibility just yet. That said, I'll help you, even if it's to stop the curses. For the Michio that still exists within me, I'll settle things so that we can move forward. Okay, but if you ever feel in danger, you can give me the curse stone at any point. Right. Thank you, Mio. Like when Haru rolls her eyes, you felt that shit. Her expressions are the best. Her dead eyes are so good. Okay, let's go. When are we gonna see Yoko again, though? In the weekend, you can play Yoko. La 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 da 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 da. Space in the back where customers can eat wanjayaki, as well as arcade games and castle machines. Harsh realities at traditional candy shops, which drives notes unknown. Okay, yeah. Yep, okay, cool. And then there's more than 7, though. We just don't know the actual names of the other curses. We already went over that. Okay. I want to see Yoko, because I want to know why the fuck she killed. Because it was by drowning, so it was her that killed Shogo. Probably. Huh? I thought it unusually noisy. There's a big group of people and police out in front of the school. Did something happen? If the police are here, then something must have. I'll go ask. Thanks. They said when they talked with the history teacher that was doing all the research about it, he was the one who said like there's actually 9. But people just call them 7. This isn't good. Huh? What happened? Don't panic, okay? The first teacher who came to work this morning found something. Okay. Mr. Janochi was found dead in the middle of the school grounds. What? They're closing the school for the day. But that's not all. I didn't know this either since I didn't watch the morning news, but rumors are spreading that a number of bodies were found nearby. What? There's no way. Why? Could it be because of the curse? We don't know enough to say. From what I heard, Mr. Janochi's body was in the middle of the grounds, but his body was covered in bruises, like he'd fallen from somewhere high. Weird. Taking into account his unnatural death and timing, it's very likely it has something to do with the curse. But that would have been Yako's curse. That would have been the Fool's Procession if it was like falling from a height, don't you think? You're saying someone used their curse on him last night? Seems like it, doesn't it? But that's so scary. Yeesh, so the curses really do kill people. And someone used it. Shh, keep your voice down, okay? What happened if another curse bearer heard you? Sorry. He's dead. Wasn't on. Well, he was an asshole, so it's okay. Wish we had a little more information, but they've locked up the front gate. Maybe we could sneak in through the back entrance. Huh? That person over there. Isn't that Hitomi Okuda? You're right. That's unusual. Oh, but she was at the school last night, too. She must know something about Mr. Janochi. Let's find out what she has to say. Oh, Mio, wait for me. Huh. So you're telling me the two of you were the ones at the school last night? No sense hiding it, then. Plus, I owe you one, Mio. I'll tell you everything I know. Thank you. She owes you. Oh, yeah. Right after I transferred here, there's a bit of trouble. She gave me one of those, what was it? Oh, exorcisms. Huh. So that's what it was. An exorcism? All right, we finally get to talk to her. Let's talk about, the death first. Did you hear about Mr. Janochi? Heard about it. I've known about it since last night. I saw that asshole bite it on the school grounds myself. What? You saw it happen? Tell us about it. What happened exactly? Don't really know myself. It was pitch black. But I can tell you. It was almost dawn, probably around 3. He started freaking out all of a sudden, ran out on the ground like something was chasing him, then screamed. Ah, someone help me! Forgive me, Michio! Or something like that while he was running around. Michio? He mentioned Michio? Was there anybody else on the grounds? It was too dark to see from where I was, but for just a second, I think I saw a girl in a school uniform with her hair in braids. Oh. I didn't go out to make sure, so it could have been nothing for all I know. And then I heard him begging for his life, like, I was wrong, and I'll do anything. Then all of a sudden his arms and legs snapped, even though he was just standing there. His arms and legs broke without anything being done to him? He fell over and quit moving, so I thought I'd better get out of there. Then he croaked. That's all I saw. I see. But from what you've told us, it almost sounds like Michio's ghost chased down Mr. Janochi and killed him. Hi, Tai! Hell if I know anything about that. I'm just telling you what I heard him say. Did you tell that story to the police? Nope. And I ain't gonna. Can't count on them for shit. Not like they'd believe such an insane story anyways. Japanese high school is rough. There must be at least one person the police were trusting, right? Yeah, I guess. There was this one cop who always got on my case about stuff. But he died just the other day. Oh, he did? I'm sorry to hear that. Everyone who gets involved with me ends up dead. Maybe I really am cursed. Pisses me off. You've got it all wrong. The spirit that possessed you wasn't that kind of spirit. Huh? It wasn't? Yeah, it was just an unfortunate coincidence. Though I'm sure that was hard enough for you. Let's keep going. He done got bit by a copperhead. That's what happens. That's what happened to my niece. It's true. That's all I know about that asshole's death. Hey, Mio, I've been thinking something. The way she described it reminded me of something. The way Mr. Jinochi died, it sounds a lot like how Michio died. Of course, I didn't see it myself, but the state Michio's body was in, it was like she had fallen from high up. Could they have been killed by the same curse? I don't think so. The curses of the 7 mysteries hadn't manifested when she died. And if we can trust what the spirit board said, then Michio died in an accident. Oh, right. So maybe he hit her with his car on accident. And I don't know. That's all I know about that asshole's death. Let's talk about this exorcism. He told me, were you possessed by some kind of evil spirit? I don't understand it all too well myself. What I can say for sure is, thanks to Mio, the weird symptoms that were happening to me all went away. Yep, some people are born with a natural sensitivity to the paranormal. They tend to end up isolated as they struggle to relate to the people around them. They also tend to draw spirits to them naturally. This can cause strange symptoms they don't understand, like headaches, muscle stiffness, and hallucinations, even memory problems. I'm sure it must have been very hard. So that's how it works, huh? Do people also have their personality taken over when possessed too? It is possible with spirits who have a very close relationship to their target, like siblings or a parent and child. But you almost never hear about people being taken over completely. It's when the two parties aren't in sync that those negative effects can start to appear. So the seances or whatever you see on TV are all bogus. Okay. Okay. I think I've got this part figured out. I think Jinochi had an affair with Michio. And maybe he was breaking up with her or something. And he had something. He killed her. I guess it was an accident. Ran her down with his car and then said oops. And then her spirit, because what they were just talking about possession, it could be that it was Michio's spirit possessing her when she said, I won't let him do it again. I won't let him get away with it again, when he was with Hitomi that night. So she could have thought that he was, having an affair with another girl and was going to hurt another girl. And that's why she almost used the curse on him. And then I bet that it was probably her who used the curse on him last night and killed him. Because the symptoms are in line with the fool's procession that she's got. And they just said that it could cause memory problems. So she wouldn't remember it. And she was kind of weird this morning and had that question about what her name was. So I think she got possessed by Michio last night and killed him. So the seances or whatever you see on TV are all bogus. Not quite. There are mediums and diviners who can align their minds with the spirits they call. Though there are some people on TV who are just putting on a performance. Oh, wait, there's more about Michio. There was the stuff about Shuichi, too. So maybe that's more of what was happening between them, was stuff about Shuichi's disappearance and death. Maybe it's not that simple. There are people who in their life had extremely powerful spirit sense or a deep connection with the person. But even they shouldn't be able to completely take over the person they possess. And even if they could, it'd only be enough to pressure them to choose certain behaviors that wouldn't be unusual for them to do on their own to begin with. But if that's the case, wouldn't you not know if you're choosing that behavior in your own will or not? Hence why there are lots of cases where people don't even realize they're possessed. Though the spirit may influence the behavior and memories of the host. The deeper their connection in life, the easier it is for that to occur. And I'm saying, they're just explaining what happened. Getting possessed by a spirit is pretty complicated, huh? It must have been tough for you being possessed for so long, he told me. Whatever. Oh, whatever might happen to me doesn't make any difference. Me being able to see spirits and stuff has nothing to do with how things ended up like this. Yeah, it's not like being able to see them is your fault either. Same goes for me. Maybe it's just something we have to live with. I think you have a knack for it yourself, Yako. I bet you could see them too with a little training. I think I pass. Your Honor, it's not my fault I was reading all those sexy doujins in public. I was possessed. They knew that I would do it if I was just pushed a little bit more. Okay, it was technically within my will, but it was the ghost pushed me to do it. The ghost of Amontillado made me read doujin in public. There's something so fancy about drinking beer out of a glass instead of a can. So that's why you do the job you do, huh, Mio? I thought she was a weirdo, and she showed up all of a sudden saying she was going to exorcise me. If you hadn't said anything, I probably would have knocked your lights out. You tried to perform an exorcism on her without telling her anything? Have you seen the ladies in these dojins? Order in the court. We'll take a look at the evidence. In my experience, most people don't understand no matter how much I explain. They only accept my explanation after they see the results. I guess that makes sense. He told me last night before you witnessed Mr. Janochi collapse. Can I ask what he and you were doing in the classroom? You gonna tell the cops? Oh, right. With everything that happened with Mr. Janochi, they'll suspect you if we told them we saw you with him that night. Anytime something happens with someone like me, all those shitty adults start jumping at conclusions. I understand. I won't tell them. You wouldn't have been able to kill him anyway. If you say so, then I don't mind telling you about it. So last night, that piece of shit Janochi called me over here, acting like he was going to attack me or something. What? How terrible. Whatever. I'm glad he's dead. He had it coming. Calling people worthless and a cancer on society when he doesn't know shit about them. Damn, this guy sucked. That asshole was the one always acting like scum, if you ask me. Is that so? Could you tell us in more detail why he called you out in the middle of the night? It's hard to explain. Where to start? Let's start with Janochi's misdeeds. What do you mean by Mr. Janochi's acting like scum? Was he doing something bad? You know Michio Shiraishi, right? The girl who killed herself? Huh? Michio? I don't know everything, but that creep of a teacher had some dirt on her. He was using it to blackmail her, call her up after school and make her do whatever he wanted. What? What do you mean when you say whatever you wanted? I'll leave it to your imagination. Nothing that a couple model students like you would ever get involved in. No way. That's... How? What do you mean by dirt? I don't know anything about this. How could I not have known about this? Yako, I know how you feel, but try to calm down. You got guts acting like you were a friend. Janoichi really did a number on both Michio's body and soul. She probably felt she couldn't tell anyone, like she had to suffer alone. No. How terrible. He told me, how do you know about this? I just happened to walk in on it. I know the spots around school people go to when they want to stay out of sight. He ran off in a panic when I yelled at him, asked him what he was doing. Walked in on it. I couldn't just leave her alone, looking like she was about to cry, so I stuck around for a bit. Showed me everything that happened in whispers. She probably figured I wasn't the type to spread that stuff around. But she never asked for my help. She told me that she was fine and to keep it a secret. Michio, why? She probably thought she just had to grit her teeth till it was through. She was naive. I tried to tell her that if you give guys like that an inch, she'll take a mile. She kept saying about how it was her punishment. She was soft. No. Of course, Janoichi didn't change. He kept doing on what he was doing. I don't understand either of them, but that's as much as I was involved. And then she killed herself. Nothing I can do about it now. He told me, if you knew about it, then why didn't you? You're trying to say it's my fault. She told me not to say anything. She told me she was fine. So what the hell more responsibility do I have other than what I already did? Yako, there's no point blaming Hitomi. Michio, why? The dirt on Michio. Did you hear what this dirt was? Nope, never heard what it was. But from the sound of it, he'd been blackmailing her since about a year ago. For that long. The dick probably caught her doing something she shouldn't have been. She looked well behaved, but there's more to a person than meets the eye, you know. There must be some reason. Dunno, got nothing to do with me. So last night, how did it start? Oh, right. Remember that nosy cop I mentioned who was always on my case? He died at the former Yasuda Gardens a couple days ago. Yoshimi was his name. He was part of the juvenile division. He didn't look like a cop at all. Real rough guy, but good looking out for folks. So he was the only one I could talk to. Which one was gay? Huh, oh, that was the dirt. So there was someone like that with the police. Too bad he ended up dying. Oh, another thing. One time he suddenly introduced his fiancée to me. It was hilarious seeing a big guy like that act all shy like a little kid all of a sudden. Showed me that she was like me when she was my age, and that she was on my side. Must have been a terrible loss for her, too. Yeah, I do feel a little bad for her when I think about how sad she must be. And I saw him at the gardens the night he died. Oh, no. Damn, poor Hitomi! Whenever I would get worked up over something, Yoshimi always took me straight to that park. Then he'd listen to whatever it was I was pissed off about. That day he called me over there like usual, but something seemed off about him, like he was worried about something? Worried about something. Japan Yuri is outlawed, and if you are caught, you will be assigned an asshole janitor. But no, it wasn't the janitor that died, it was the teacher. A weird talisman and asked me to hold on to it for him. Oh, that's Michio's. Michio had a talisman. Ugh. From her dad that she always kept on her. Yoink. 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 Carried an old talisman, a memento of her father with her at all times. Yoink. Yeah, just a normal good luck talisman. I figured if that's it, then sure, I'll take it. I have it with me now. But that wasn't all. Then he told me that he wanted me to look for a talisman Michio Shiraishi had that looked like this one. Huh? Michio? What does she have to do with this? Yoshimi had been meeting up and talking with her. While they were together, he noticed that she had a special talisman or something. It's a soul! It's the curse stone. But apparently, Michio always avoided the subject. A talisman that Michio had. He knew that I knew her, so that's why he asked me, he said. Could there have been something that Michio couldn't even tell the police about? A fish in 13 hours, thanks. I know things at home were a little complicated. From what I heard, Michio was keeping her mouth shut about what Jinoichi was doing to her. Hard to talk with the cops when someone's got dirt on you. And I didn't squeal on anything about Michio either. Michio, what is it that had such a strong grip on you? So basically, Yoshimi didn't just have his eye on Michio, but her talisman too. But after she died, he didn't know where it ended up. So we don't know much about her new stepdad. Could her new stepdad have been Nejima? Her father's death 3 years ago and moving to a new house. We know that she had a new stepfather. Maybe that stepfather was Nejima, and he made her lure victims for him. Since I knew her from school, he wanted me to look into it for him. Is there something special about the two talisman? I wonder why he gave it to you. Hell if I know. When I looked inside it, there's just a weird kind of grimy scrap of wood. So you've seen inside it. But from the way he was acting, it seemed important to him somehow. But to be honest, what he was asking is such a pain in the ass. I figured he had to be serious about it. Oh, and since he died right after that. Yeah, he even said to me, if anything happens to me, take those two talismans. Give them to a guy named Nakagoshi at the police department. Okay, we don't know that. Knowing what I know now, he probably felt that something was going to happen to him. Nakagoshi? Do you know him, Mio? No, I've just heard the name, I think. So there really is a Nakagoshi. That's a relief, at least. Anyway, it didn't feel right just ignoring a dead guy's last request. Hitomi? Yeah? That talisman. Would you mind if I had a look at it? Sorry, but I don't trust you all that much yet. It's important to me. Oh, okay. So last night you were looking for the talisman Michio had? Yeah. And I figured that piece of garbage teacher would know the most about Michio. I asked him yesterday afternoon if he knew anything about her talisman. He gave me some cryptic response like, I can't talk about it now. Come to the school tonight. He even gave me the code to lock the back on the back entrance. He seemed pretty willing to give it out, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's used it for secret meetings before. Ugh, I can only imagine. We climbed over the front gate to get in. So yeah, we met up in the classroom in the middle of the night. But nothing he said made any sense. Like that I was really Michio and stuff like that. He went on and on about it, how it was my fault, and that if I only hadn't been around or something. He grabbed a hold of me, breathing heavily. Ugh. Are you okay? Yeah, that's right when you two showed up. I was able to get away while Jinoichi was freaking out. Oh my gosh, good thing you got away. So it's really all thanks to you two that I got away. But I didn't get any info about the talisman, so the whole thing was sort of a bust. Afterward, I was wondering what you two were up to, so I hid nearby. Then I saw you and old man Ashimiya talking, and then Mio showed up. Oh, you did? That's also why I saw Jinoichi come back outside and bite it. I see. So you were only here to look for Michio's talisman. I was dumb to fall for that creep Jinoichi's trap so easily. Could have gone a lot worse, but I lucked out. What you described does sound like Michio killed Mr. Jinoichi. She did have a reason to hate him after all. No way. You mean that really was her ghost? Like, for real? Those who die bearing strong resentment or regret can occasionally become spirits, either bound to a place or roaming freely. However, it'd usually be impossible for them to kill the living. Most don't have that kind of power. But it's possible they could possess someone close to them to act on those lingering regrets. Yeah, it was Yako. Wonder if that's what happened. Alright, then supposing that's what the spirit board said is true and Michio's death was an accident, then she must have had some regrets. If she really hadn't given up on living, that is. I don't think she was the kind of girl who would just give up no matter what the situation. I don't really know, but she didn't seem like she had something tormenting her so much that she'd kill herself. And that's all I know. Happy? That was a lot of information. Thank you, Hitomi. I still gotta look for the talisman. Sure, thank you, Hitomi. Oh, if you two find out anything about Michio's talisman, we'll be sure to let you know. Thanks. Oh, can we get your contact info? Where can we normally find you? Right. I'm not home most of the time. Usually I'm at a friend's place. Thank you, delinquent girl, for the lore drop. Here's the phone. Have a nice delinquent life. Thanks. We'll call her if we need to talk to you. And, what is it? You're easier to talk to than I imagined. I was kind of scared at first, but not anymore. Shut up. You were the one avoiding me. Anyway, catch you later. And don't die out there, okay? Thanks. We'll be careful. We made a friend! It's a trio of supernatural high school girls. Alright then. We got a lot of new information. Sounds like Mr. Jinoichi was killed by a curse, just as we thought. Which means there's a curse bearer at the school. Multiple, in fact. Multiple? You think so? Yes, the cursed echo we experienced in the school and the one that killed Mr. Jinoichi seem to be different. The people in the school at the time, other than us, were Mr. Jinoichi, Hitomi, and old man Ashimiya, who you ran into. I was thinking that it would be among them, but there was one more person. Hitomi saw a girl in a school uniform with braids. In the name of the moon, which is a giant curse stone, I'll punish you! From what Hitomi was saying, it doesn't seem like she's the one. Mr. Jinoichi's pretty suspicious, though. If he were a curse bearer, it would certainly explain why he was killed. Right, that's why I say there are multiple. Oh right, the person who killed Mr. Jinoichi would have to be one too. Which means it must either be the mysterious girl or old man Ashimiya? Yeah, we should certainly be careful of them. That said, the mysterious girl and the fact that Mr. Jinoichi thought it was Michio that was attacking him has me wondering. Of course, I doubt Michio herself was actually there, but... Oh, I just remembered. I also saw Mr. Araishi outside the main gate last night. You did? It's likely he's involved with the curses, given that he's the one doing research on the rite of resurrection. So we'll have to be careful with old man Ashimiya and Mr. Araishi. I want to believe that not all curse bearers will be hostile, but... As for what to do now, I'd like to find who's responsible for the Feast of Shadows that set this off, and how they did it. I don't think we'll be able to end this without stopping it at its source. Huh, that makes sense. In which case, next we should do what exactly? We'll need to talk with Mr. Araishi. He definitely knows something. It should be safer during the day, so I think we should try to look for him. Got it. I'll help in any way I can. But school's closed. I wonder where he could be. Let's try heading to some place someone may know where he is. Where to go then? Let's see. Well, it would be anywhere. The bridge, the gardens, the candy shop, the high school, the bridge. Um, he's a Hoaxside Street, which is not an option. Well, that's a shame. Let's just go down the list. To the bridge. We should stop stream soon. If I were smart, I would stop stream right now. Yeah, I should stop stream right now. I should stop stream right now. It's late and I should be good and get to bed so I can go to work. I should go to work on time tomorrow. You should, Missy. I know, I know. Let's see. You just quit your job so you can keep on streaming. True, I'll just be a full-time streamer. Just call out again. So true. Fob called out, even though it was his his day to be working. Thank you for the stream. Thank you guys for coming. I'm having a lot of fun with this game, actually. I'm really enjoying it, and I'm glad that other people seem to be too. Call in a threat, yeah. Good idea. I need money. I need to finish my beer, and I need money for more beer and more video game. All right, we're going to raid Zale, and we'll actually do a thing this time. La 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 la. La la la. Boo, 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 boo. All right. I don't know what we're doing tomorrow. I need to ask my current keeper, Leon, what the fuck we're doing tomorrow. Was tomorrow a hand cam? Or was tomorrow the wild card? I don't know. He didn't write it down anywhere. But it seems like they already know. By they, I mean the people here. So we'll find out what the fuck is happening tomorrow. At some point tonight. Or tomorrow night. My handler, yeah. I'm in a cage and he feeds me meat with a stick. Like a tiger. Our streamer special, yeah. Alright. I'll post on Twitter and in Discord what we're going to be up to tomorrow and for the rest of the week as soon as I know. Everybody have a good night right now. And I will see you all later, alright? Sleep well. Have a good night. Amonti, adios.